Red October standing by.
Wow.
Hello everybody, and welcome to our modest guild. Couple quick announcements before we get started. First of which is, I don't know if we're streaming.
Looks like it is. I can see.
I'm not seeing anything.
Yeah, it says live. Let me refresh the page.
Refresh the page.
Yeah, it says live.
It says live, I don't see it. There we go. Okay.
I don't see the viewer.
So, just in case.
Have we updated those stats on the side yet?
Yes.
I have.
Nice.
Yeah.
He sent me the new ones.
So- Yep. So, welcome back to our modest guild. A couple announcements before we get started. First off, some good news. We just hit affiliate status.
Woo!
Yeah, which means that you guys can now subscribe to our Twitch channel. We even have an emote already ready to go for everybody. So if anyone subscribes, you'll have a sweet little emote of Grandpa basically going like...
Yeah, that's a yikes.
Do we want to get
The face that should always be made.
That's gonna be a yikes for me dog face.
Yeah, that's a big ol' yikes face is what that is.
Please tell me that's what it's called.
I think I called it Grandpa Oof or something like that.
Oh, and we have
Hey!
we got the
There you
RP's
go.
page up too. Look how
There's
fancy
a
that
brand
is.
new one going on.
Oh,
Second
man.
off, we updated a couple things of our like how our look is. We're slowly gonna be doing that over time to make it look a little better. So this is
It's
our
more
first
than
step,
just
as you
black.
can see right here, right now.
Black
Yeah,
and
it's
white.
Another thing is, I don't know. My brain just died for a second there. Something just on my end. If I seem a little weird and off, it's because something in my personal life has happened. Obviously, nothing too bad where I won't be able to play. But if I am a little kind of like not lightheaded, what's what I'm looking for? Like,
Spacey.
it's you're not quite. Yeah,
Distracted.
I'm like spacey. You're not quite right there. That's probably why. So don't worry, everything's going okay. It's just something minor. So, yeah, I think with that we're ready to go. Does anyone else have any announcements they think we should say? Or
We're happy you're here. Thanks for joining us. Oh, did we mention anything about YouTube?
Oh,
Yeah.
so us being affiliate status, that means that we can no longer put our videos right up on YouTube right after we're done. We have to wait 24 hours before we can put it on there. So from now on, the game will be put up on Sundays around 10 o'clock Mountain Time. So that way it gives plenty of time for everything to be good. And with that, who wants to tell me what happened last time on Our Modest Guild?
A
Cal?
lot of traveling.
Yeah, we set out from Multhir finally, after having dealt with the crazy situation. Did some shopping first beforehand. Everybody got a little bit of something, cooking supplies or stuff for spells and
Or
a lot of-
alcohol.
lots
definitely
of
some
alcohol.
that. Yep.
Yep. We headed out on the road, a couple days of uneventful travel, some conversations here and there until...
Drawing on
We-
people's faces.
Yep, drawing on people's faces happened until we were walking along and Olithius and Cal couldn't help but hear this really enticing song that wanted to make them walk off into the woods. So walk they did. And eventually Cal shook it off, but Olithius led us all the way through the forest to this ancient tower, and it seemed like, it was kind of like a fairy tale or something where it's like somebody's in the tower singing to us, telling us to come here, but the words actually said, hey, beware, there's orcs and ogres and they're going to try and kill you. And sure enough, we walked inside and there were orcs and ogres that tried to kill us. Inside there was an ambush that was set up. We thought there was this cool artifact tablet in the middle that would be like, maybe it's calling to us, and it was just a rock. Seems that these ogres and orcs had imprisoned a different kind of elf, like a different subspecies of elf girl, whose song had the ability to... Didn't she say she was an elf?
She thinks she's an elf.
She thinks she's an
Yeah.
elf, but
She
No, she
thinks
said she was an Aoshee.
Which
Yeah,
is a type of elf that is able to grow wings out of its, or not wings, but feathers out of its forearms, and has a enchanting song that
it looks
beguiles anyone to come to her.
most definitely probably a harpy.
Mm-hmm. definitely not a harpy lady, was imprisoned by these orcs and ogres and forced to sing to draw travelers there so they could ambush them and kill them. We beat them pretty handily. Grandpa had a really rough time with a pit.
Yep.
Yeah, it was.
As the wise Chris Pratt would say, I fell into the pit, you fell into the pit, we all fell into.
So then after that, we managed to take a prisoner, and in a very divisive decision, a certain paladin decided to execute a certain orc who was bound and helpless, which, caused some strife within the group. It ended up making Mihi wanting to leave. Olithius followed while the other three continued to find. That's where they actually found the Aoshee. Rescued her, cleared out the rest of the tower, and then we all decided to meet back up. Pretty much it. There was some loot in there and some other stuff, but a lot of it was just getting through the tower.
And the only other thing that happened while we were traveling of note were Olithius was able to gather the spells and materials required, or the spell components and materials required to turn Grumbles into an immortal fey being. Grumbles is now a familiar, which is very important.
Yeah.
And Mihi had some dream vision stuff that had to do with, I believe, learning several more languages during the
Level
4 languages,
level
maybe.
4.
Or was it 3? I can't remember.
It was 3, he thought it was 4, but one you already knew.
I know, I was just making fun of Adam. I'm sorry.
Okay. And Grandpa got Olithius to name his horse not just Horse, but Key, which is horse in Draconic, but it's one step forward.
Baby steps.
Baby steps.
Baby
And
steps of attachment.
the elf, maybe harpy girl, her name Melody. Find out, and that her father, and the troupe that she was with were performers, and they were heading from. They were most recently at Basemount. They came from a different continent, but they were most recently at Basemount, heading out towards another town. We don't know where. Most likely Multi, or based on the roads, but they were attacked by these orcs and/or ogres, and that's why she was there. So we're basically thinking, well, if her father's dead and the rest of her people she was traveling with were dead, we're taking her back to where she was most recently, which was back in Basemount, which is where we were headed in the first place. So it all kind of works out for us.
Alright, so with that, time to get started, shall we? So,
Are
sorry, on.
Are we still back at the tower, or?
Yeah, you guys are still in the tower.
Mihi and
Mihi and Olithius went back to the cart.
yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And Grandpa, as he hears the arguing kind of begin to cease a little bit, I believe there was a hug that ended it, if I remember correctly. He starts leading Melody down the stairs, her going first and him following.
Seriously, I cannot thank you enough for saving me. I've been trapped here for so long.
I'm sorry, before we get too much into it, Richard has a sweater and is therefore freaking adorable.
He does have a sweater.
Oh.
Surprised you got it on him.
Sorry, continue. It was important.
No, that's fine.
I'm gonna grab the chest, and I'll start heading back towards the cot.
Okay. Don't forget there was a barrel in there as well. I don't know
In her
in the second
room, or?
floor.
I'm gonna go over to the barrel. Or no, I've got Melody with me, so
I'll grab the barrel, and I'll lift it up slightly higher than Cal's lifting his thing to show I'm stronger than him.
My God.
Well, the barrel's full of water.
Oh, well then.
Lord Hydroxys, the second and third!
Quick from it!
Shut up.
That's just it. Every thing of water we come by.
Source of water.
Water's heavy, I'm still doing that.
Alright. Kefra, what's your passive perception?
Ooh, it's high. Let me check.
15.
Yeah, it's. Where
It's
the
15
hell
because
is-
you
yeah,
know
it's
position's
15.
5. I just checked. Yeah.
Yeah.
So okay. So as you walk over to the barrel, yeah. As you walk over to the barrel to pick it up to kind of be like, all right, like, you know, obviously I love my friend, but now I gotta give him some crap, right, to make him feel better. So as you walk over to the barrel to pick it up, you kind of glance into the barrel for a second, and then all of a sudden you like double take and you like look farther down, and there seems to be what looks like to be a pouch at the bottom of the barrel.
Ooh.
You're really scraping the bottom of the barrel for hiding treasure on that one, Adam.
So Taras.
Yes, it's
Trask pops out of
Taras.
the Trask pops out of the back of the cart and eats Mickey and goes back in.
Woo!
I get that tingy Taras scent. And I'm like, yeah, Mickey's dead.
Again.
Which Mihi are we on now?
I think
She's
this
with
makes
Penny.
12.
See, again,
my arrow
confirmation that Mihi is just a construct of Grim.
Yeah, no, it's another.
Next time I go down, we'll see how much of a construct I really am.
I'm gonna reach in and grab the thingy.
Okay. So as you reach in and your hand goes into the cool water, it goes deeper and deeper and deeper, and then all of a sudden your hand touches the bag and you pull it out. It is sopping wet and it's dripping. There seems to be something inside, a bit of something inside.
Is it rattling like coin?
It sounds more like not like coins jingling, but it does sound like some stuff are banging together a little bit.
I'm gonna look inside the bag.
Okay, so you look inside the bag, and inside the bag appears to be about 5, looks like to be gemstones.
Ooh,
Ooh,
what kind of?
me like it.
That's outrageous.
Stone.
They seem to be Cafrael, could you roll me just a flat intelligence check? Grandpa, you can make it too. If
No,
you should.
is for Caffrey, it's knowledge rich as fuck.
Yeah, it's knowledge nobility.
Alright.
10.
12.
Ooh.
Gotta flex on Caffriel.
Never could flex.
So you guys don't know exactly how much these cost, but these are pretty decent. They would go for a good decent amount.
Put
Nothing
those
too
in a barrel of
expensive.
water. You should really keep them for everyone to see. They're quite pretty. What are they colored at all, or are they just like dang white?
Now like a couple of them look like to be like a purple. One looks to be green. There's one that's like a really beautiful like sky blue that's like completely see through.
Hmm. I don't know if you know Caffriel, but that color of blue is my favorite.
She's gonna like hand you that one, and she's gonna say to you, you know, if you want to keep this one, I won't tell anybody that it was in there.
Oh, I mean, we can split up the gemstones. There's one for each of us.
And then she puts it into your hand, and she says, "Well, first pick."
Why, thank you. Keep that close.
So she's gonna put the rest of them back in the bag, and she's gonna head back to the rest.
All right. So you guys go down, and it seems that Melody is being a little more quiet than she was up there. It seems like kind of the gravity of these maybe few, well, however long she's been in there for is kind of starting to hit her a little bit. You guys go down. You guys back to the first floor, and Melody kind of like puts her hand over her mouth when you guys get to the first floor because of just how rancid the stink is from this first floor.
Caprielle's gonna put a hand on her shoulder and like sort of squeeze a little bit and say, "Come on, it's nasty in here.
Yes.
You don't need to see this."
Mind your step, though. Blood and, of course, the pit over. Yes,
Oh yeah, careful of the pit, and the blood's a little bit sticky. And
it's a doozy, let me tell you.
she's gonna link arms with Melody so that Melody has someone to catch her if she slips.
Capriel, dang, it's just like you have just the right amount of passive perception to find these things. By the way, I'm just letting you know. As you guys start rounding the corner to go, out the big hole in the back of the tower, you notice something inside the hay where the ogre slept in, over by the hole. It's basically completely covered inside in the hay, so unless someone was looking for it, or you just happened to glance over there, you wouldn't have seen it.
I'm gonna stop and I'm gonna say, 1 second, stay here,
Yes.
and I'm gonna go over to the hay.
I want to go over to her and keep her company as well. Well, cafe.
Okay. So you go over to the hay, and as you kind of start parting it, you find what looks like to be a decent-sized book. It looks like it's been beaten up, probably slept on. Just from the outside, from what you can tell, as you look the pages, some of the pages ripped out as well, probably for some not sanitary things.
Ew.
And then you open it, and it's written in do you know? No, you don't. It's written in a script, but it's written in a very intricate way. This doesn't look like a book to read. This looks like it has some sort of notes in it, but you can't read it.
Can I roll an intelligence check to see if I can deduce what kind of language it might be?
Sure.
No, I don't know.
No, you have no idea.
I'm gonna bring the book back with me because it looks like notes, right?
So as you stand up and turn and start walking towards Melody, Melody looks over at you and her eyes widen. And she goes, "My father's spellbook." And she rushes over to you and grabs a hold of the book. "Oh, I thought this was gone forever."
Oh.
And she starts tearing up.
It looks like it's seen better days, but at least it's still mostly in one piece.
Nay. And she opens it and starts going through it. I've never looked at the spellbook inside before." She starts panning through it, and then she stops. And then she shuts it. I do not wish to be in here no more.
Yeah, let's go.
Let's leave.
And so then you guys leave out the back, start heading towards the cart.
So when we get to the cart, I'm going to show the bag of gemstones to everybody else.
And I'll divide up the gold among everybody. And Grandpa, there's along with those gems, there was a ring in here, and these 2 shirts of chainmail. I
Yes.
can drive the cart while you look all this stuff over.
Actually, yes, I would quite like to. It would take me a little bit of time to get through all of them, but that would be a wonder if you could drive while I do that in the back of the cart.
I'll take the yeet. Or,
Mm-hmm.
yep.
Did you say yeet yeet?
Yeet.
Yeet,
Fuck.
yeet, yeet, yeet. Ah, yeet,
yeet.
yeet. It's our version of yip yip.
Yep. That's exactly what I was going for.
The horse and old Dahlia dab, and then they keep going on. Yeet, yeet. Alright,
Toby is for accuracy, yeet is for distance.
Yeah. Just trying to get some distance.
Horse is dying that night for dabbing.
I just like that they stand up just on their back legs.
One.
You got a bad one. Hey, I mean, it was old Dahlia that taught him to move. You're gonna have to blame it on her.
Looks like she has to go down too.
Looks like
He's been in the business for far too long. It happens. Alright, so as we're kind of starting to go along, I'm going to be sitting in the very back of the cart, basically using my identify spell. Luckily, the fire doesn't actually burn things as it's writing the words in the right above my head as I take the pheasant feather, waving it back and forth as the pearl out of my hand starts to write as I go through each. The 2 suits of chainmail. So each is 10 minutes, so 2 suits of chainmail, the silver ring engraved with floral designs, a grape cluster pendant made of gold and amethyst, and also include the 5 gemstones, putting it to 90 minutes total of identify work for Grandpa.
Speaking of, when you guys get to the cart with Melody, Oliphius is gonna ask, "Who's that?"
This is Melody. Melody, this is Oliphius.
I think you already know her song and her singing prowess.
She's kind of like looking off in the distance a little bit. She goes, "Yes, I am Melody," and she puts her hand out to shake your hand. And yeah, obviously, yeah, you notice that she has like what looks like to be like golden eagle feathers, like sprouting up to like make wings on her forearms.
Now, when you say golden eagle, are you talking like golden as in like the precious
Like the
metal,
actual
or
animal.
golden? Okay.
Like the actual animal. Like,
Hey, I feel like that
okay.
needs clarification.
That's fair. It's a
I
magical
was
world.
thinking like gold eagle. I was like, that's pretty fucking sweet. But okay, got it. Golden eagle.
Can I do a knowledge? Can I do either a nature or knowledge? Probably not knowledge arcana. Can I do a check to see what she is?
Roll a knowledge nature first, and depending on how high you are, you might get a second roll.
Can I give him assistance?
In nature?
Yes.
Sure.
I am proficient.
Okay.
Alright.
Let's put our heads together. The nerds.
Oh,
I'll tell her hi.
two 15s.
Fate
We
wanted you to
both
have
know
that
the same
15.
thing.
I mean, just based off what she looks like, she looks like a harpy, but you're not sure because you know harpies don't have these delicate features that she has. They're usually much more like wiry and like beaten, and more like they look more feral. And they usually have like this kind of like weird odor to them. But it kind of it's probably just because since they live in the wild and they don't bathe themselves too often, it's probably just from being dirty. And she doesn't have that scent or that look to it. But because you rolled so high, could you roll me an Arcana check?
Can I roll that one separately?
Sure.
Yeah.
That's an 11. Wow.
Dirty 20.
Dirty 20. I'm going to DM you something.
Okay. Yeah, I've also
Whoa.
got a +5 in nature too. I should have rolled that separately.
Secrets.
Number of secrets. Is it working? Yeah, I'll say hi too. Like greet her. And... Yeah, again, from the knowledge in the Arcana one, I'm not gonna, like... I realize she's not gonna be that mythical fairy tale thing that I thought she was. So not that much, just treat her like a normal person, but... I'll wait for the secret.
And I just tell Oliphius me, now it's not polite to stare. She says she is an Aoshee, I believe it was.
It is pronounced Aoshee.
Aoshee, my apologies.
Aoshee.
Have we heard anything about Aoshee?
Yeah, I was gonna say.
A distinct offshoot of the elven race is what her father says, and actually Oliphius and me...
My father said we were part of the elven myths.
Oh, elven myths.
Yes, we are not elven in nature in particular, but we come from... Well, he says that we were mystical in, say, elven history.
Can I roll a history check on that?
Yeah, I was just gonna ask the same thing. I have a +5 in it.
Oliphius, can you roll at disadvantage?
At disadvantage? Okay. Oh yeah, I don't know much about elves.
22! Wow!
23!
Wow! 2 18s! He rolled 2
Olivia.
18s and it dropped one of them. Man,
Damn.
just rolled consistently.
Damn.
Yeah, you guys...
I don't know a lot about elves. Let me tell you everything about them.
I don't know about elves, but I sure know their myths.
Yeah, you guys... I'm just going to kind of like speed it up, so I'm not going to get too flowery with it.
Yeah.
Both of you have never heard of Aoshee. And obviously me, being raised on like stories from a bunch of different cultures, because that's, you just like hearing stories.
That's what I did.
You never heard any story about Aoshee, and you've heard plenty of mythological stories from plenty of races. Oliphius, yeah, you did some bit of research before you started traveling around. Some of which being into some of the myths and legends of some of the races, including elves, and coming like in your studies, none of this has ever come up either.
Fascinating. I'd love to hear some stories if you remember them.
Oh, yes, my father said that when an Aoshee comes into your life, you must treat them properly. Though I do not understand why. I'm just a normal person.
What do they mean by properly?
We are apparently supposed to be treated fairly and kindly. And is it possible that if an Aoshee likes you enough, the gods would bless you in one way or another? But I do not know how exactly this is supposed to occur.
I don't think you have to worry about that with us. We'll definitely treat you all right. Right, everyone?
Oh, you have treated me just fair enough, getting me out of that wretched cage. Sorry, that was Adam messing up.
Yes.
Well, let's get you to civilization.
Let's get going, I guess. We don't want to keep...
Do you mind if I follow on wings for a while? I've been cooped up for so long, I need to stretch my wings out.
Yeah.
No
Insight
problem.
check.
So the wings are more than just
go for it.
decoration.
Insight check.
You can fly with those.
Oh, yes.
Crit fail.
I'm a distraction.
I mean, she's hard to read. She's like weird and stuff, and your friends are kind of giving her like, up and down like look and everything like that. You don't know 100%. I mean, you just found her, so.
I say we get back on the road. It's been a interesting day.
Oh, indeed it has.
You could say that.
Today has been most wonderful for me, though I do believe has been much more trying than you're used to.
Who has the book? Or who found that? Who has the book
found
that...
it, but she has it now.
Yeah, she has it now. She'd probably give it to Caffriel if she was gonna be flying, so that way,
Okay.
it's gonna be hard to fly with a book in her arms.
Yeah, Grandpa would go over to Oliphius and kind of whisper to him and say, She also did say that her father had a spell book. We found the spell book. That's how we know her father was a mage of figure that might interest your studies.
I would love to see such a book.
Talk to Caffriel. I believe she still has it. I give him a pat on the back.
I look
Had
over
to
to
go-
Gaffriel.
Then I rub my hands together and I take off into the back of
At this
the cart
point,
with my stuff.
has she
to
started
identify.
flying yet?
Well, you guys haven't taken off yet.
Okay.
Yeah, I just got to the back of the cart.
If he asks me about it before we start, moving, then she would ask Melody if Melody minds him looking at it. Otherwise, she would, be like, oh, okay, here, look at it.
She. Let's see. I'm trying to think if she would do something or not. Yeah. She'd be like, just please be very careful. This is the last thing I have of my father.
I will be entirely careful.
Do you know where your father is now?
What? Mihi?
What?
Hey, Mihi, I think there's something in the cart that you should...
Oh, okay. I'll go check the cart. I guess.
She's gonna give Melody a pat when Mihi leaves, and she's gonna say to Melody, Oliphius is just gonna read the book. He's not gonna do anything else. I'll make sure, personally, that he doesn't mess up the book.
Thank you. Like I said, this is the last thing I have of my father, and I would be most distraught if something were to happen to it.
It'll be fine. And she's gonna hop in the back of the wagon and hold the book until Oliphius gets in the back of the wagon too.
I will get in the back of the wagon.
To anyone who's still watching, you watch as she kind of takes a few steps back, and then she kind of crouches a little bit, and then raises her arms and goes up into the air.
And we never
You see it, she's
saw
kind of
her
circling
again.
around your guys' cart.
So she's a harpy.
I don't know if that's the case, but I've never heard of an Aoshee before, and it seems to me like her physical body may have been altered permanently by magic. There are certain marks on the base of the neck, behind the ear, that are kind of telltale signs of magical alteration.
I mean, I do have the spell Alter Self.
I've started the cart, by the way, just as a heads up.
Yeah,
I don't know if that's
She's
Don't
gonna
stall
hand-
it.
Caffriel's gonna hand the book to Oliphius. I can't read that language, but I don't know, maybe you can?
I'm going to pop it open and read it thoroughly.
Do you know
Alright,
Elvish?
I'm going to send you the
Yes, I
list of
do.
spells in there.
Oh, man.
What language is it?
Elvish.
Mihi will kind of scoot over, see him reading, and maybe he gets gets a word, and she chimes in. That's a fire, right?
Yes.
I think I can read this.
So Tara, I'm gonna send you the same list too.
Yay.
This is different though. Obviously you're used to. Gosh dang it, there you are. You're very used to in Grimm, you read spells out of
I read
stories and
stories,
stuff.
yeah.
Yeah, you read stories, and you've read a couple scrolls and stuff like that before. But this is much more looks like academic, way of taking what these spells are.
Spellbooks are so boring.
I
so boring.
find them fascinating. I don't myself need
I think
one.
it's this last one, and she'll go to like the very like back of it almost, and I think it's sculpt features.
Yes,
Yeah.
I was seeing that as well.
So this is a new spell that neither of you have ever heard of.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, this is strange magic, but it definitely could do what I think it's done to her.
I will
Reading
also
it.
send you the description.
Yeah, I was just gonna say, can I read it like thoroughly?
Yeah. Oh no! I can't just like copy and paste it. Oh gosh, dang it! Da.
You could screenshot it with snipping tool.
Yeah, you know what? I could. That's very true.
What's that other one underneath locate object?
Look, enthrall.
Oh, okay.
Oh, I thought it was enter hall.
Yeah, I know, I did too.
Give me a moment. I gotta do some weird stuff.
Enter the hall.
Oh crap. But yeah, keep RPing while I'm doing stuff. I don't want to.
Yes, sir. Yeah, I'm not sure what the point of that would be, but it definitely seems like she's been altered by this spell, likely by her own father. Is that a normal thing for fathers to do?
No.
No. Well,
No.
no. Abandon, maybe.
And
I wonder.
and want to change you emotionally, maybe, but physically change you, that borderlines on physical abuse.
He might have done it out of love. If she's what
Can you hear us if you're driving the cart, by the way?
It's a cart,
I
like it's
imagine-
not that big.
Yeah, I imagine we're not that far
there's a
back.
covered wagon.
We're
and
on the
it's-
Oregon Trail here.
And it's like...
It's a cloth.
Yeah, but the wheels, and I don't know how big this thing is.
You guys project.
We're
We're-
loud.
I'm
people.
talking pretty quietly.
Okay,
I
I
don't
can't.
know.
Sure, I can't hear you.
No,
guys.
I'm just wondering, like, the logistics of this cart.
I mean, I would imagine you have to talk at least a little bit loud because Grandpa's humming while he's doing his identify spell, passing the pheasant feather over each of the items in turn.
Yeah.
Oliphius, is it possible for you to learn spells like in this book?
No, I don't. Actually, I actually don't know that. Out of character here, can I study a spell to know it? Or to learn it?
For you?
You took the
I mean,
ritual caster feat.
Yeah, you
right?
took the ritual thing. If this was a ritual,
Yeah, I think I could only take rituals.
You could only take rituals. Yep.
I don't know. Kind of like a behind the scenes thing. I don't know if this spell would be a ritual or not, because I don't think
Doesn't look like it.
I don't think
It could.
it is spell. I don't think one of these. I don't think.
It takes like 30 seconds to cast it, so
But it would usually say ritual, but it's not a 5e
Well,
spell.
but to be fair,
so-
this is also from AD&D. So
fair.
I don't
Fair.
even know if ritual casting was a thing back then.
It's not.
I don't think
which
it
is-
was.
No.
That's why I'm like, I don't know if it would be or not. I'm gonna check another
It's
spell
not in any
here.
of the other that I've seen.
I don't think it'd be a ritual. Based off of a couple of spells I've looked at, I don't think it'd be ritual.
He's like looking at you like expectantly, like eyes almost sparkling a little bit. Like, do you think you could learn it?
No, I don't. I don't. As I've described, I don't learn from a book. Well, I do, but the knowledge I get from books don't turn into that of spells. Except if I write them down thoroughly, but this doesn't seem to be those types of spells.
Right. Sorry, I should have said something.
Don't worry about it. Actually, I could start writing down detect magic. That's a ritual.
Yeah.
That is true. But the question is, doing that does that require having to destroy the written spell in the other thing?
If so,
I
I'm
actually
just
don't
copying
know
it
that.
down.
I think you just need the material component costs.
Oh yeah, and I think you also need money as well, right? To transfer,
I have money.
You
I mean, like paper and ink worth,
Yeah,
So you need paper and ink's worth a certain amount of gold for it.
which I don't think you have right now.
I do not.
So
Yeah, it's 50 gold per level.
and I think this is a 3rd level spell.
Detect magic?
Oh no, sorry, I was thinking sculpt features.
Oh. Like, I certainly hope Detect Magic isn't 3rd level. I can copy down a couple of these, not all of them. Some of them have versions of the spells that are more intricate and thus require less arcane power, I guess is the best way to describe it.
Spell levels. We all know what spell levels are.
Mhm.
It's just a thing.
Well, more just, yeah, they wouldn't cost my daily allotment of arcane power.
Yes, I'm quite familiar as I'm continuing to identify.
I wonder if we could find somebody who could maybe learn that spell.
Maybe.
Possible other people know it.
Maybe it's strange magic. I've never heard of it before.
Though, from the sounds of it, it looks like it's just a visual illusion, not full-on appendages.
No, it's physical though. It says that it eventually creates a physical change. It's not illusory.
I must be looking at the wrong.
No, I asked that question too. Like halfway through the middle, it says illusion, but it is physical. I asked Adam.
Okay.
Because at the very end of the thing, it does say that it becomes their physical appearance.
So it's something that's been placed on her for so long that it became real.
We've heard of that kind of magic before. The cult leader in Multhir had the same thing. The one that was impersonating Jenkins.
That is true. So it extends more than just changing one's face. You could make
That
full
doesn't
on.
explain her singing.
Well,
certain subspecies of harpies have been known to sing. It could be spells that he taught her, maybe.
I don't think she knew she was casting a spell. It didn't seem like it. It seemed like she was just singing.
She didn't know that her songs were attracting people?
Well, I think she knew, but it just seemed like she was more viewing it as like a talent. That's the vibe I got.
It very well could be. There are a lot of passive, innate magical abilities that people have that may not realize that they're spells. Especially when her native language is the language of magic.
Doesn't look like there's anything that could. One of the other spells in the book is Enthrall. It doesn't look like anything of sculpt feature can allow them to, I don't know, pass on that power to her, but I don't know, shot in the dark, something on her is enchanted and allows her to do that?
Potentially. It doesn't really matter, though, does it?
My question
She's
is
safe now.
why?
It matters.
Regardless, I don't want to think about another crisis. I'd rather just continue on our journey.
We should get her to safety, though.
She seems like a nice girl,
Mm-hmm.
and she seems like a victim of whatever has happened to her, not a perpetrator.
So we should just get her to the next town safely. Maybe give her some money, set herself up.
Yeah.
So why can't we go and find her dad?
He's dead.
Oh. I'm sorry, I didn't know. I wasn't there.
Sorry. That's why I interrupted you and told you to go in the cart.
Right.
She's been through a lot. Everyone she was traveling with died, and they captured her.
Well, then maybe she could stay with us.
I'm fine with her staying with us for the time being, but we're on the lam, and that's not exactly safe for
True.
someone who's already been through a lot.
I think
We're on
from
a
what
cart.
little, well, and from what little I know of all of you, I think we kind of qualify as having been through a lot.
Yes, we're still currently through a lot, and Oliphius, it's a turn of phrase.
Ah.
By the way, Grandpa, by this point, I would say you probably have gone through like 3 items.
Alright.
You said you wanted to do the two things of chainmail first, right?
So the first 3 that I would do if I've gone through 3 things is the silver ring engraved with floral designs and the 2 suits of chainmail. So I know Cal's waiting. He offered to drive the cart for me, so I figured I'd get 2 of his picks first.
Okay, so let's do the chainmail real quick. So
Oh, he's flipping the pages.
I'm sorry to inform you,
No!
chainmail is not magic.
Wait, why didn't you just do detect magic to see what was magic?
I thought the same thing. I let him.
Well, because
and
then I
did
would
say
have to.
identify.
Yeah, I guess that's true. I guess I was thinking it like I'd have to do multiple ritual spells, but I guess you're right. That would cut down the identifies if I did the 1 detect magic. That's alright. We're on a cart. I'll just identify all of them. Maybe I want to know what the make of it is and when it was made.
You cast identify and it says basic ass armor.
Made by
They're both normal chainmail.
made by John the Smith.
Oh
And
my
then you
god.
you said the ring next, right?
Yeah. Silver ring engraved with floral designs.
Yeah. Okay. So looking at this ring and kind of going through, you open your eyes as you look down at the ring and you pick it up, and it's just a normal ring.
Alright. Ooh, pretty.
It's very pretty though. It
Well,
is
that's-
worth money though.
That's 3 down. Do I know how much it is from Identify, or do I just know like
No,
what it is?
that's what I was flipping through to see if you
Okay.
can see how much things are worth now.
Yeah.
It doesn't tell you how much they're worth.
It's a marvelous bait and
Dang.
switch.
I know, you just opened up the book. We thought it was something cool.
No,
I gotta
saw,
trick you guys every once in a
I
while.
saw it was the
you know?
PHB.
Get you off your feet.
Alright, so then I'll continue my Identify spell since I'm already going through them all. Might as well do them all. You know, I don't
Why
want to
not
break.
cast detect magic?
Because he's very thorough and he's going through this ritual anyway. He's not going to break it. You know, he's got
Good thing that doesn't actually consume the pearl.
Oh, exactly, right? So yeah, I work onto the Grape Cluster Pendant next.
Alright,
And then
after,
the
I'm
gems.
just gonna let you know, after a while, going through every single item, none of them are magical.
Grandpa has this pile of stuff in front of him.
But
Ugh.
but
Oh, that's disappointing.
even just by looking at it, like, hey, well, you know what? Roll me an intelligence check.
Okay. Zoop. 18.
Yeah, good enough. So yeah, you would know that this, that the grape cluster pendant fashioned out of gold and amethysts is worth about 1,000 gold pieces.
Ooh.
Ah, party funds, party funds.
Nothing. A whole lot of nothing. Except for the fact that they're worth over 1,000 gold all allotted together, but nothing!
No,
generally.
just the pendant. The
I know.
pendant.
I see.
No,
He's
he
saying
said
everything
over
that are
1,000.
over 1,000,
Oh, okay.
but he's disappointed nothing is magical.
Damn.
The chainmail's a very nice make, though. I'd like to see the person who made this. A lot of hard work went into this one, sure. This one, not so much. Holding the other chainmail.
So we have our vacation funds then?
Well, I believe so.
Margaritas
We
for everyone.
definitely have these to sell. We have everything in my new fancy bag to sell since that's full to bursting.
What is this margarita?
Oh, me, we're gonna have a fun time in Base Mountain. Sure.
I really hope that this isn't gonna be really disappointing and there's like only one tavern, a shack.
Old Dahlia loves margaritas.
Well, you guys still have to go through Wheaton.
She likes to lick the salt rim.
What?
She likes to lick the salt rim.
Man, now I want a margarita. Thanks.
You're welcome. The stuff I'm
yeah,
drinking
like-
is called kinky.
Oh man, kinkies are great.
And with the amount of gold that we have, we could hire a halfling to make margaritas for us. A margarita maker, if you will.
Why do they have to be a halfling?
Because they're small.
I mean, gnomes are smaller when that.
True. But, I don't know. I feel like a halfling would make a really mean margarita.
I
I feel like that's racist.
stereotypical? Stereotyping?
What fantasy racism race does margaritas the best?
Is that a history check?
I'll do a history check for that.
Anyways.
Sure, why not?
It's actually drow. They make the best margaritas.
Oh my god, everyone's actually.
13.
17.
I would say
You know what?
possibly.
The race that usually makes the best margaritas, I would probably have to say are forest
Water
gnomes.
genasi. Oh.
Or what? Or what?
Forest gnomes.
Forest elves.
Gnomes.
Oh,
Forest
no.
gnomes.
Forest gnome.
Interesting.
They know how to get the best lines.
I don't know, I just thought of it on top of my head. So,
I bet Goliaths make the best scotch.
Okay, that's for a culture build episode.
yeah, exactly.
Alcohol by races.
Yeah.
When it starts
That actually
getting
sounds really entertaining.
when it starts getting dark, does the wagon have or does the cot have like a hooded lantern on it?
I mean, I would assume you guys would stop before it gets
Nope.
dark, so you can set up camp.
Nope. At least I don't want to stop.
You know, okay.
So I will keep going until somebody brings it up.
Until someone brings up.
After a little while, Melody comes down and starts kind of gliding closer to the cart. After when it starts getting dark, she's like, Mr. Camp, I do believe this is time we should make camp. At least this is usually the time when my father and I would make a camp.
We don't. One of those orcs got away. The other two said that there was another encampment. We should probably put as much distance between us and where we are at.
Oh, that is a very good idea. If you don't mind, could you slow down so I could get in the back of the cart and perhaps even rest?
And I'll slow the cot and let her.
Thank you. And she kind of starts slowing down, lands, and hops in the back.
Oh, hello, Melody.
I can take over.
I'll scoot over, but not scoot over on the front seat, but not go back into the cart.
Got a shotgun?
Yeah, I'll take
Mhm.
shotgun.
The actual origin for that term.
I will string my bow. And just sit there.
I don't even know
The
how
actual
high
origins for that term.
Cal has a bow?
I bought one before we left Muldir.
Oh,
I
okay.
used it to hunt the rabbits last session.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
Then I will get old Dolly and Key to start moving and take the reins.
Since we are not stopping for the night, at least not for a while, does this make it a rations night?
A rations night?
Oh,
Yes.
no,
Sometimes when my father and we were traveling together, sometimes we'd have to get to a town quick enough for certain performances that he said that he had already made plans for. So if we were running late, sometimes we would keep going and just eat rations instead of cooking or hunting for food.
I can make something. Don't worry. Even if it is rations, I'll make it something a little bit more special.
Oh, that sounds most wonderful.
Yes, and while she is cooking, maybe you can regale us with some of the performances that you and your father and your group did. What kind of performance were you? It must have been quite the spectacle.
I do not know if they would be as good as they used to be with my father and friends, but
Well, you don't have to do the performances. Just tell us about them.
Oh well, my father he would play his harp. Oh, he was such a wonderful harp player. And sometimes we would have other people who would play percussion instruments like tambourines, and I would sing. My father said I had one of the most beautiful singing voices that he has ever heard. So I would sing songs, and then people would, they would be curious enough to they would come and check us out, and they would listen, and they would love the performances, and we would perform for hours, and people would listen and have a wonderful time.
Well, that sounds quite wonderful.
It seems your father was a very proficient mage. What do you remember about that?
He would dabble in the arcane every once in a while, but he mostly pertained to his music. That was his passion.
Did he ever
that didn't lead to.
Did he ever use magic on you?
No, my father said that you would never use magic on people that you love.
I mean, I use magic on my friends here. Mostly
What kind of magic? She looks at you like a little like worried, not like oh god worried, like.
Well, sometimes fun spells, and I use thaumaturgy to make my eyes like bright, glowing red.
Oh.
And then sometimes things like this. And
What are you doing? What are you doing?
I'm going to just cast silence on. Is that an AoE or is that on a person?
I think that's an AoE.
Yeah, so I'll just cast silence on the entire area of the park.
On the cart. And then she like starts looking around, she starts trying to speak, but then she like catches herself.
And he gives like a smile and like the eyebrow wiggle. And then I'll turn it off.
Oh, my father never used that spell before.
Oh yes,
this is very interesting.
Quite a nice one.
You can also use magic indirectly for your friends to do something fun.
Sometimes some of these guys get a little loud, so I keep that one on hand.
Hey.
Particularly two of them, and I give a side eye to Caphriel and look through the canvas towards Cal.
She starts like giggling a little bit.
I want to take out the little owl statue from session 1, and I want to do the same little person impersonations for
I'm like, I dive bomb towards it like it's a bomb. No, me no.
But it's so cute.
No, it's not cute.
Yes, it is.
Most horrifying.
What do you mean horrifying? It's adorable.
Oh, I do not mean no offense, but it is
This is what they refer to as cute.
Who's they?
I mean, To each their own, I suppose.
Oh.
I mean, if you find it cute, why that shouldn't stop you from thinking it is if I do not? I mean,
Just demonically.
I think the caterpillars are most adorable, but from what I've heard, people do not believe they are. Some people believe they are filthy beings, but I think they are very, very
Wait,
cute.
what did she say is very cute?
Caterpillars.
Caterpillars, okay.
I mainly use magic to kill people. Just saying.
Yeah, I think I'm kind of with Ollie on this one. It's half kill, half heal myself or my friends. Sadly.
I've never told you guys this, but I've always been jealous how you've been able to cast magic that helps people.
I don't
wish-
do that.
I wish I could do more than hurt people.
Oh, I'm sure Grim has a few other stories. Maybe one. I mean,
I'm good.
I've
I
been
bet ones
trying.
we haven't heard yet. And you
I've been
seem to
trying.
be-
I have some that can, keep people from slipping closer to death, but
Well, there you go. That's not hurting.
I
That
can't.
was a big help.
I can't undo damage. I can't heal.
I'm
like
gonna
you all can.
smile.
Well, that's a bit of a cleric paladin thing, right, Cal? I whack on the back of the canvas.
Ah!
I'm gonna smile at Melody. I'm gonna be like, I can do this. And
The
the wounds on my arms start to bleed, and there's the fire in my hand now.
Oh, Caffrey, are you okay? That looks like it is most painful.
I got used to it. And I snuff out the flame, and the wounds close up. Like you can see the skin like go back together.
That is one thing you've never quite explained, Caffriel. You've explained how you were with your father and then the kidnapping, but from kidnapping to lighting a scythe on fire, there's something that happened there that you've never spoken of.
Cal pokes his head in
Her name
the
was
canvas and then back out.
During all of this time, Oliphius has been just listing off all the various ways he can kill people with his magic.
And Melody's
But I'm-
horrified.
I'm telling you, Oliphius, all of that it's much easier to just stab them.
What did Melody say earlier? I didn't catch it.
She was like, she said, I thought your name was Annabelle. Why do they keep calling you Caffrey?
So I lied earlier. My name is Caffriel.
Why would you lie to me?
I didn't know if I could trust you. I have deep-seated trust issues.
I mean, that is very fair, based off of the things that I have seen on the roads. But if you do not want people to know your name is Raphael, I will keep that secret.
I
It
appreciate
is the
that.
least I can do for what you have done for me this day.
I appreciate that.
And then I can use mold earth to bury someone alive. That's a very slow way of murdering someone.
That is
I
most
can
horrifying.
use toxin spray to collapse their lungs. I can... Ooh,
I'm
ice knife. That's a fun one.
Ollie,
I think
I
that
think
might be enough of those.
this isn't.
Such talented people, and some horrifying ones, but very talented nonetheless.
Also, me.
I wish I had such talent such as you. The only thing I can do is fly and sing well. So my singing is only it's good, but it has no powers like yours does.
That's
About your singing,
not
if I
true.
may ask.
Yes,
How long have you been able to do that?
sing. I have been singing since I was.
I mean, having your
Little one.
singing cause people to follow with or come towards you without their willingness.
I mean, I know people get curious about my singing, but I mean, my voice has never done anything supernatural or magical in that way. Just
I can
People have
promise
always been
you
curious.
it does.
Insight check.
but all right, go for it.
Come on, baby. It's a dirty 20. I just want to tell if she's lying or not.
Good.
And I would like to do a Knowledge Arcana to explain the effects. To see if I can, like, identify what type of spell or school of magic her voice would essentially be imitating.
Okay.
Whee! That's a 1. That's 6. God, when it comes to this singing, I know shit.
I don't know, like, magic is weird, man. And, like, mammals are also weird as shit. So, like...
I'm still focused on the fact that, enthrall is in that book, and the song literally enthralled people. Those are my 2 and 2 that I'm putting together.
Mammals.
Right? God.
You're like the aliens guy, but like mammals.
The only normal people here are Grandpa and I.
That's true.
She's gonna say to her, she's gonna be like, when I sing, it's normal. Like, people just sort of are like, yeah, you sang a song, but we had to try and pull them away from the tower, and we couldn't. They had to go inside.
Well, that is very weird. All I know is that people get curious about my voice. That is all I know. I've never known about any kind of properties my voice may carry in that way.
I would call that curiosity more you forcing people to approach you.
What time of night is it now?
It's like the sun has just set.
Okay, good to know.
So it's dark now.
Does Ollie have dark vision?
Yes.
Okay.
I think the only 2 people in your party that doesn't have dark vision are Caffriel and Grandpa.
Okay.
I don't think I can actually do that yet. Sorry, I was thinking about if while doing this I could use my sorcery points to replenish one of my spell slots. But I don't think...
I don't know if you get that quite yet.
I assume we can just consider this a short rest.
Okay.
Yeah, I get that.
Yeah, I would assume this is a short rest.
Oh, all right.
What you guys are doing right now.
Well, I mean, we're close to an orc group.
Right.
It's more the fact that if they attack, I'd rather we...
Oh, that's saving throw.
I was trying to get my hit die back.
Oh. You have to go to,
Nice. You have to click on the magnifying glass next to
your level.
Yeah.
And then you change the used number.
There we go. Sorry.
Yeah.
So how long do we want to go until we finally stop for camp? Because eventually the horse will get tired.
We're using both of them or just one of them?
Well, I imagine that we're using both.
One's a donkey, one's a... I'm not going to get into that. Now is probably good. Well, the different beasts, like, Key is a lot bigger and a lot stronger than Odalia is, so if we were to tie them both off to the cart... And does the cart even have, like... I'm trying to think of the word. I can't think of the right word.
Hitch?
Yes, the hitch for 1 or 2 animals. I assumed it was for 1, so I always kind of was operating that way.
I always assumed that Key was the only one pulling.
We probably should discuss these things, but...
If it's just Dahlia, we'll be very slow.
Yeah, which is why I bought the horse.
We can tile...
I'm gonna... Wait, no, go ahead.
We should... we'll just set up a watch. I think we've got enough distance. Just trying to be responsible and think.
And it's...
Question. Can I use Unseen Servant as a watch thingy?
I think it's a concentration spell, isn't it?
Doesn't say that. It says conjuration ritual.
That would be under the duration.
It says
Can it-
duration 1 hour.
Can it see?
I imagine it
I don't think
can.
it could speak though, so we'd have to like give it something to like make a sound with.
It could shake you.
Get a cowbell.
Yeah.
It doesn't look like it. Yeah, it's not. It's ritual based, not conjuration based.
Ritual
Or
based, not
concentration.
concentration, so it just lasts until it drops to 0 hit points or until the casting
Hour
time
is up.
I mean, technically, yeah, but yeah, it would only last for an hour,
Okay.
so it wouldn't last a whole watch.
And I don't think you guys need to worry about waiting for watches. I can handle it. I'm still not sleeping well.
I mean, you know me, you could probably sleep these days. You've been up for 3 days straight, I think?
I told
haven't
you I've
slept-
been trying.
3 days straight? That is
Yes,
most
you haven't-
impressive and concerning.
You haven't slept well ever since our meeting with Caffriel's father.
How are you still functional?
Before that, actually, it was the night after we met the cultists for the first time
In the forest?
in Multhir.
Oh, that's
yeah,
even
the
longer
forest
then.
in Morthir are. Wait. When you first met Cal and Cafrael, or when we first ran into the cultists as a group?
When we first ran into the cultists as a group,
As a group, okay.
we found their hideout. It's fine. Don't worry about it.
That does not sound fine.
Nope, you're not taking a watch tonight.
I am.
The re-
You do not control me, Calzarel.
That's true, but maybe some sleep will help your aim. And I
Ellipses, can you cast sleep on her?
I mean, it'll last a minute, but yes.
I cannot
Also, Cal,
believe
what
you.
did you say?
What
What
the
did you say?
fuck?
I said maybe it'll, and I don't mean that.
What did
Oh
you
no,
say?
I know
No.
exactly
Maybe it'll
what you
help
mean.
help your aim.
You're.
Oh, her aim.
Oh, nice.
Ladies and gentlemen, we have now witnessed another
Gabriel
classic
wants to-
Cal putting his foot in his mouth.
I guess we don't need to make a bonfire because we got a sick burn going on already.
Don't you think he's been burned enough?
Oh.
Big oof.
Damn.
Mickey's gonna give a hoof and turn away.
I
I'm gonna smile at Cal. I'm gonna.
I'll take first watch. How's that?
She. Caffrey like
second.
laughs at points and like kind of snorts at him. Oh my god, you did that.
I'll take the third and final watch then.
I'm just gonna have like a weird like dream spasm thing if no one's gonna give me a watch.
As I'm doing my watch, or before that, I'm gonna cast Alarm.
Hey!
It's a useful
It is.
spell.
What's
It's
the,
so
what's the
good.
radius of it? Like how?
Let's see.
Mickey's
I
gonna
think it's
stay up
just
out of
putting
spite.
down the silver thread, and it's whenever
Yeah.
anyone crosses it.
Yeah, but the it's 20 cubic feet.
Okay.
Oh, it's not that big.
Yeah, that's why I'm like torn about how useful it actually is.
I mean, it depends.
It's
I feel like you're mostly
like-
around a door or something. Usually,
Yeah.
I think. Yeah. Rather than a perimeter around a camp. But I mean, still, that can fit our
Yeah,
mostly.
the cart.
If we
I was
snuggle
gonna say
together,
the
it'd fit
tents.
everybody.
Alright, so who's taking first watch?
Lucius.
Polypheus.
Alright, can you roll me a perception check?
Yes, I can. With a. Actually. Before I do that,
Mm-hmm.
I want to quickly check one spell. Let's see if I can. Oh, no, it just gives me. Okay. Darn. I wanted to try to see if I could do Alter Self to give me a bit of a boost. I can't.
Nope.
Let me see if a lizard has better better perception than I do, because I have a +1.
Mihi's also staying up, so can I roll for me as well?
Sure.
The lizard does not have better perception, so I will just roll mine.
22 for me, though.
So that will be... Oh, 14.
Nice.
Okay.
So, yeah. So your guys' watch goes basically uneventful. There's like, the stars are nice. The moons are shining tonight, which is pretty nice. And
How many moons are there again?
There are 4.
Okay.
They all have names.
I know the names of some.
Well, yeah. Actually, Mihi probably would too, based off of stories.
Yeah.
Yeah. Hey, Richard, can I help you? Okay then. Okay. Anyway, so yeah. Mihi's still not going to sleep.
I was gonna tell the group a story tonight. Damn it, I forgot. Next camp. Don't let me forget. I want to tell everybody a story.
Oh, hey, Mihi, make sure not to forget next camp.
Thanks.
No problem. Glad I could be of service.
Yeah.
Yeah.
While
you know what, with that
is...
perception check, I'm gonna say that you notice that Mihi doesn't like show signs of like exhaustion like someone who would like a normal person who'd be like awake for 3 days straight. She doesn't seem to exhibit that kind of like exhaustion. She doesn't even look remotely tired at all.
Okay. Further confirming she's not real.
It's all adding up now.
Turn into ink at any point.
No.
Wait, was
Parchment?
has she slept ever since we hit level 3?
No.
I mean, I don't know when we hit level 3.
You know, when she took Pact of the Tome.
You don't know what game mechanics are supporting my RP.
When she became the book! The book absorbed her, one of the two.
Okay. Interesting.
When she turned level 3 that night, she had a nightmare. It was just Grim consuming her soul.
Like a mimic.
Yeah. Alright, so who's taking second watch?
Me.
And
Negative.
Cal.
No. When Oliphius goes to wake up Cal, he's gonna be like, just don't wake him up, please.
No, you go to sleep.
I can't. I tried, and I really don't want to talk to him right now, so please leave him asleep.
What's that? Somebody doesn't want to talk to me? Up.
My cal senses are
My cal
tingling.
senses are tingling. I need to further stick my foot down my throat.
Like, she'll, reach out and put her hand on Oliphius' arm. Please. Please, just... I've got this. Just let me handle it.
I'd prefer if you slept.
I would too, but that doesn't seem to be an option right now.
He already has a bad time talking with what appears to be every woman ever. If he starts having a bad time talking to me, then that... I don't know. Fine.
Thank you.
Can I roll a perception check at disadvantage? As somebody that has slept through a watch before? Or knows that slept into a watch and been late for a watch? Can I... There's...
Sure.
So try and wake up.
Oh, having your body try to wheel itself awake at the right time.
Well, you just,
Kinda thing.
tell yourself, I need to get to sleep right now because I need to be up in 6 hours type thing.
Yeah. Yeah.
I hate that.
I mean, it works.
5.
Nope. You will stay asleep. Capriel, could you roll me a D100 for me, please? Just for random sake.
Scare.
I mean, to be fair, Cal, you dropped a 4. I think you were gonna sleep through that shift no matter what.
54.
So, Mihi, can you roll me another perception check?
Can't I just keep
Where's
the
that
one that I had before?
Roll me another one
Please.
no. 6.
Oof.
No. See, this is why we had
2 people
I was
watching.
gonna have. Yeah.
To be fair, we've never had 2 people watching cameras.
Apparently, we've always had 2 people watching
Because you haven't been
since
sleeping.
you're level 3. Yeah.
I mean, I've been up every single night, but like last time we had camp, I was the only one who took watch. Everyone else slept.
Yeah, because you didn't wake up Cal, and he was
Nope.
upset that you didn't wake him up.
Anyway, so Mihi, you start kind of reading in your book, trying to pick out a nice story to read to the group tomorrow for camp. When suddenly something starts happening. You start hearing shifting noises coming from the side where Caparel sleeps. And as you look over just to kind of expect her to be kind of tossing in her sleep, you suddenly notice as like all of a sudden like her body starts kind of lifting itself. Not like off the ground, but like her stomach starts like kind of like contorting upwards and her neck starts contorting in weird ways it shouldn't contort. And she starts,
no, not again.
She starts speaking in this weird language that you now understand.
Ah!
I will message.
Oh,
I will after all this said and done. I will message you what it says.
Okay.
But her voice is not her voice, or it is in a way. It's like
But it's like
her-
layered.
It's hers, and layered underneath is like a deeper voice.
Why do all the weird shit happen when I sleep? Why am I the only one that sees this shit?
So Caphrael.
Uh-huh.
Hold on, let me change the musics.
Oh.
Aoshee.
I'm glad that you didn't wake me up. Thank you. This is not my problem.
Instead. So
It's a little loud, the song.
okay. So Caphrael.
Mm-hmm.
Oh shit! Hold on. I'm trying to
That'll be about a nope out of 10 for
Alright.
me.
So yeah, your eyes like open,
Mm-hmm.
and you are not on the road with your friends anymore. You are now what looks like to be back home in the streets, except it's different. It seems different. It seems that like weird shadowy smoke is coming off of the ground, but it doesn't appear like anything has burned. It just looks like the world is muted and has like these blacks, like just faint. It's like very faint, like very small in some places. It gets taller in others, but it's very faint. And then most of the time, it's the corner of your eye that you see it. When you turn, it's like normal again.
Mm-hmm.
And the marketplace is empty. There's no one there. And you start walking through, very cautious, because you don't know what's going on. And you round a corner, and you see what looks like to be you on the floor. Collapsed and unconscious. Your head is facing away from where you are currently. You take a step and you feel your heartbeat into your chest. You take another step. You feel it as if it feels as if your heart is trying to jump out of your throat. And you take a step and the pounding of your heart gets louder and louder as eventually you make it to your body and then you kneel down. And as you turn your face to look at yourself, your vision jumps. You are now lying on the ground, and you are staring up at what looks to be this shadowy being with what looks like to be bat-like wings sprouting from the back. The shadow is curling up and floating into the air as if it itself is fire, but it is made of shadows and smoke, with pure white eyes that seem to be shining, but no light comes off of them, staring deep into your eyes as if it's looking into your soul. And you can't move. You can hardly breathe. As the face starts leaning closer and closer and closer before it gets right in front of your face. And you feel as if it's talking to you, though no mouth appears and no words are coming off of it. But you feel as if it is, as if it's like a whisper of a memory trying to encroach in your mind. And when you start trying to draw in that memory, you try to draw in what you feel it's saying before it becomes clear enough for you to think about it. The dream ends. Your eyes wake up and you are now back in the campsite.
Mihi's gonna be like by your side, like looking very, very concerned.
She's gonna be like blinking, and the imprints are like still on the insides of her eyelids when she blinks, and then they fade away. And she sits up and like rubs her eyes, and she says, "Well, that was a weird dream."
It happened again. Not the same, but similar. You were kind of floating a foot or two off the ground.
Right.
Are you okay? Your neck was at an odd angle, and it was scary like the first time.
Well, I have a feeling that this is just a side effect of my patron. You actually asked about it earlier, how I got my... And she gestures... She, like, rubs her hand against her arm. You asked about this.
Yes, I did. Unless you've had these abilities since before you were kidnapped, but that didn't seem to be the case. So I was curious, especially as our abilities seem to be similar in ways.
You said that you draw your power from Grimm.
I do. We made a pact of sorts when I was very young. We agreed to help each other, watch out for each other, and be together forever.
That sounds nice. I get my power from something, ancient. It is older than the gods. It is older than the world. It is older than time. And it is indifferent to us.
How much do you know about it?
Not much. I just know that it is ancient and immeasurable.
And when you made your... I assume you made some kind of a agreement like I did?
Yes. I've been calling it the Great Old One. I heard it when I was in Procton Tower, and it sounded familiar. It was something that I thought I heard when I grew up next to the cliffs in the waves. I mean, I always thought I was just hearing whispers from the shoreline just hitting the cliffs. You know, like poetic flowery whispers. Sort of like, oh, the wind's blowing through the trees, they're whispering, blah, blah, blah. But it became a roaring voice in that tower, and it offered power to me, power I wanted to escape, to survive, and I agreed. And when we were fighting the cultists, it came for me to collect on the generous loan it had given me, and I made a pact, like you said. So we've made an agreement of some sort. It will call on me when it needs me, but I don't know when or what that'll be. It said it won't be much that it needs from me, but with it being so old and so immense, I don't know what much is compared to what much is for me.
Caffarel, you know how I generally view powers that people don't understand, and you know, I like to give second chances, and I don't like to assume the worst. But, and she'll reach out and she'll grab Caffarel's hands, like hold her hands in hers very gently. Please be careful. I'm a little scared for you. You spoke in a language I don't know how I understand now, but I do. And it was a different voice speaking, but it said scary things like, where's his little pet? Ah, there she is. I'm glad I found you, Caffarel. You can't escape me for too long. I will find you, and I will get what I am seeking. The pact I made with Grimm was one of cooperation and friendship and mutual understanding after years of getting to know who Grimm is, what Grimm is, and being around him. And the way that your deal happened was so sudden and unknown, and with all the voices, it is terrifying, and I'm scared for you.
I'm a little scared for me too, but it's not like I have a choice. What happened happened, and I just have to and use it to the best of my ability.
I understand, but just remember, you are not alone. You don't have to do this alone.
I know. And I appreciate it. But I guess not all of us can, be the world's best insomniac. So I'm gonna try and get some sleep. Hopefully I don't dream this time. And she sort of like very lightly punches her on the shoulder.
What was that for?
It was like just a tap. It was more like mimicking a punching motion.
I know, but she's still confused by it.
It's
And she held your hands for probably a little bit too long and like, ugh. Sorry.
Camaraderie, joke.
Ah.
It's a joke because you can't
Right.
sleep.
Camaraderie, and she'll like do the same thing on your shoulder. That is how they do it, yes? Was it too hard? With my -2 strength modifier.
Okay.
Breaks her
could-
knuckles.
Wing it. She's just gonna say like if you punched me as hard as you could, it would probably hurt you more than it would hurt me.
Right. Well, get some rest. I'm watching over you.
I wouldn't have it any other way. And she's gonna like,
Spook factor off the charts.
5,000.
That was very spooky.
Roll for
Roll for spook.
Alright. Who's got third watch?
I mean, me. That depends. It's me unless
Me,
me.
yeah,
He
yeah.
wake anybody
Yeah,
up?
me, if
Mickey ain't waking up shit.
yeah, Grandpa's gonna keep sleeping. Like he's not, he's a pretty deep sleeper. So if he, no one's waking him up, he's sleeping through. Loud snoring comes from his tent.
One final perception check.
22.
Oh, on my screen it was a 3 at first. I was like, not again. That's a.
Oh, sorry, I accidentally rolled
Nature
nature
check.
instead. If I take it down to what perception was, be just dirty 20.
Okay.
I
Alright.
clicked the wrong thing.
So you start going back to your book. Also, I'm kind of watching Cafriel a little more closely every once in a while. And then eventually, off in the distance, you hear.
Like
Sorry, I
a,
feel like I have to get close to the microphone. You look up and
lightning.
you watch off in the distance, and you see strike of light.
It's gonna rain. Do we have any like blankets or supplies that I could like make like a little like drapery for so people don't get wet?
I don't believe so.
Damn it.
It looks like it's still far off. It looks like it won't hit you guys until a little after morning, but it is. You do
Okay.
you can tell it's coming.
Noted. I'm gonna spend my time making little druid craft flowers. All around the little stump that I'm standing against.
Oh, you're gonna make what?
Druid craft flowers.
Oh, okay. All right. But other than that, the night goes by peacefully. Morning comes, and you guys wake as you can. You guys wake. Who's the first one to wake?
With the
So-
sunset every day, or sunrise every day.
As the sun rises, Cal, you open your eyes, see the sun, and before you can speak a word, you see off in the distance as you see this wall of rain coming closer and closer to you guys. It looks like it'll hit you guys in 5 minutes.
Son of a.
Cold breakfast this morning. Wake up, everyone. We're gonna get wet.
How far? The next.
Not my belt.
It'll wash the blood off of them. Oh no.
But that's what makes them so cool.
Wheatonhelm is.
Olivia's getting up. Oh, sorry.
How far is Wheatonhelm?
That was your 5th day, right?
Mm-hmm. And we traveled a little farther than normal.
Yeah. So I'd say probably about maybe 3.5 more days. 2.5 more days, sorry. 2.5 more days?
How many days
This
by
is-
foot?
By foot?
Why would we go by foot?
I'm not saying we.
Oh.
Why would the orcs chase us that far?
That's not what I'm saying. At all.
He's saying for him.
Yeah.
For him, his cow.
How many days by foot?
By foot, I would say if you're going by yourself, it'd probably take you probably a half a day less time.
That's not.
I need some time.
Yeah, like it would take instead of like you guys, it would take you guys 2 days as opposed to his 3.5.
It would take me
Okay,
3.5.
okay.
It would take them 2.
Yeah.
No, it would take it would take them about 2.5 to 3 days, and it would take you about 2 days. So you would get there at least a half a day before they did,
Okay.
if you went by yourself.
Okay. I kind of want some alone time. This is the longest I've spent with any group of people, and I just need some time by myself. I will meet with you all in Wheatonham as long as you're all okay with that.
You're just gonna go walk around and get wet.
I'm gonna get lost.
Suit yourself.
Sure, whatever.
Do you want old Dahlia? She's not pulling the cart.
I'll be... I like putting some miles on my shoes.
Right? Just thought I'd offer.
Appreciate it. See you all in Wheatonham. And, yeah, I will, just start heading towards the rain.
She's gonna flip him off as he leaves.
Oh, Capriel, that's not, sir. Batter him. Cat. Bat.
Does he do this often, or?
Be moody? Definitely.
Oh, okay. Then this is very normal. All right, I will not concern myself with what is going on. Then, do you mind if I stay in the cart most of this time? My father always told me it is very dangerous to fly when it is raining and thunder. And as she says that, boom, the water hits you guys.
Mickey's been like in the covered wagon.
Yeah, and Grandpa will get up on the cart and take the reins and
And she starts rushing into the cart.
cloak as much as it can over his head and back. You can tell it's got a lot of stitching lines at the bottom and like on the sides to make it bigger to fit his shell. Most people don't make clothes fitting for turtles, so definitely a patchwork cloak, but he puts it on nonetheless over himself.
Putting the rest of his tent down and back into the covered wagon, Olivia's will take shotgun.
Since the rain hit her belts, and that's a lot of like tiny spaces, Capriel sighs, gets in the wagon, and then like takes off her armor so that it can dry, and then switches into her like green dress that made Cal think that she was Vivienne while her armor is drying.
Her nighttime garments.
It's like a day dress basically.
Yeah.
Because her nighttime dress is white.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
Oh, that is the most beautiful dress you have.
Oh, thank you.
Olivius, you don't need to stay out here in the rain. Go in where it's warm.
I prefer the rain.
Well, all right. What about Grumbles? Will he be staying with us as well?
Oh, he will put him from his shoulder, like, into his robes. He'll be fine.
Quite adorable. He looks quite a bit more lively lately. I see him move around more. Does Travel agree with him?
I'd say so. I'd also say so since he's Fae now.
Oh, he's a what now?
Do you not remember the ritual I cast day one of the trip?
Out of character. I thought you did that. You said you went off on your own. And
Oh, no, not at all. He just went over
Okay.
and started casting.
Never mind.
Temporal do-over.
Yep, temporal do-over. I sure love Grumbles' new outlook on life.
So
All right, and I believe this, if I remember from yesterday, this horse responds to yeet yeet.
It was yeet. There was no
I heard yeet yeet.
Okay.
It's not anymore, it's yeet yeet.
Yeah, I heard you say yeet yeet.
Same.
It's yeet yeet now.
Yeet yeet. Cha.
Appa, yeet yeet.
Key dabs once and gets on his way.
Just stands up like a normal human being.
I don't know who taught that horse that, but I will find them one day and murder them. Then the horse.
Alright, so yeah,
Quite the horse you got, Olympias. I've never seen one do that. It's quite.
I hate it.
It's quite a strange ritual.
I hate it so much.
Oh yeah, everybody gets their hit dice back that they spent. They get half of what their total hit dice is.
Well, I only spent 2, so. Cool.
Alright, so can someone roll me a d12?
Sure, got it. I'm driving the cart. That's a 1, sir.
Cool. And Cal, could you roll me a d6? Actually, roll me a d10.
So dice.
That's a 4.
Okay. Alright. Just so you know, Cal, unless something happens, I'm not going to be narrating your journey. So, today is... I mean, it's warmer than you expected for it to be raining, but it is still kind of cold. It is a heavy rain. Like, it is... You can maybe see probably only maybe 100 feet ahead of you. Other than that, the rain is too... I saw that. I was hoping no one would say that.
I'm not sorry.
You hear off of this and someone going, Sean!
Jason!
Kind of ignore it.
Jason! Heavy rain.
Oh, fuck
it's-
you
it is-
guys.
It's yeah, like I said, it's hard to see, and the wind is blowing pretty hard. If the flaps in the back of the cart weren't strapped, they'd be flapping right now. And even the cloak that you have on, Grandpa, is kind of flapping, only
Yeah,
really being held on by string and you holding it as well.
Yeah, he's just grimacing. He's like, ugh, hate this. The rain is one thing, but fighting wind, the worst. I don't suppose you have a spell to stop some wind around us, Oliphius. That would be wonderful.
No. I don't have thaumaturgy. I'm sorry.
I don't think thaumaturgy can do that either. I have
You
that.
need like a gust cantrip or something.
Well, regardless.
Or control weather.
But if you've got some unlocked doors, I'm your man. But the wind, so much.
I'll actually cast, I'll cast, Prestidigitation and heat up the seat.
Ooh, that's nice.
Heated seats.
You just go,
Fuck yes.
Oh, that's nice. That's toasty.
They should put these in all wagons.
They should. Someone should get a business of casting permanency of prestidigitation on cards.
Maybe perhaps even a rune that you can touch.
Yeah.
Fancy wagons with runes of prestidigitation that heat up the seats.
And
I know-
gust of
I know-
wind.
I
And
know-
gust of wind.
I know we're adventurers, but I think we found a way to retire.
Let's just make the rest of the campaign making a successful business off of luxury wagons. Adam, I'm sure you'd enjoy that.
High enough level to cast Mordecai's Magnificent Mansion on all the carts as well.
Yeah.
That's my dream.
man.
Oh my god.
Cast that spell.
Anyway, but yeah, other than like the wind and the blistering rain, they goes by pretty uneventfully. Melody probably asked you guys a couple questions about where you guys came from and stuff, but nothing that you guys haven't discussed on the stream before.
Ooh, this is a good time. I could read you guys one of my stories if you wanted.
One thing. Can I actually ask Grandpa to roll a insight?
Sure. On what?
Just passive insight here.
Sure. Zoop doop boop. So I've got that. What did I not roll? Okay. Let me do it again. Well, Hit. 24.
Oh wow. Okay, yeah.
Damn.
You absolutely notice that Lippy seems happier today.
Olivius, you seem to be in good spirits, despite the gestures at all the rain.
Oh no, I like the rain.
Is there something about it? Reminds you of home? What's this new?
Back home, when it would rain, everything would close down. Mm, no one would need me, so I would be able to have a bit more freedom.
Hmm. That is nice. It sounded like your time when you didn't have freedom, time to do your own studies was not not a good time for you.
No, I can't say it was. Uh, being simply there to be used as a tool for anyone was never fun.
I hate to pry deeper, but when you say used as a tool, was it they used your ability, your affinity for spells to their purpose? What did they make
No,
you do?
I didn't allow them the chance to do that. More when whenever my mother needed someone as I want to say a scapegoat, but someone as a good example or image to the family, I would be the one forced to do it. I was the one who would be used as a example of a wonderful family, of a perfect image, that of a happy family, but only being shown to the public that way. The moment that wasn't needed, I was forgotten.
Capriel leans over and she's like, amen to that, except, when I wasn't needed, I was being yelled at for not actually being that person. Then she's not
See,
back.
it's interesting for me to hear that because my home was always the safe place. It was going outside, interacting with people outside that was the bad parts. That's where all the pain came in. My family was always really nice, so I'm sorry that they didn't treat you as well as they could have or should have.
And when I found out about my abilities, I hurt someone very close to me. Everyone else, the small group of friends that I had, the small group of people that liked me, ran away in fear. My family, after hearing about me being able to hurt someone with very little thought, congratulated me. Congratulated the strength that now I had. And I know they all thought of how they could use me to their ends. So I ran to the one person that I could still talk to and trust.
That would be your mentor, the one that I spoke to, correct?
Yes. He and someone else I knew helped ferry me across the ocean, and I met you at the docks, and that's why I'm here.
Who would have thought then that we'd be here now, right? I thought I was just getting second hand help with a shop.
And I thought I was just going to be not casting magic.
What a week it was been since then.
Grandpa,
Yes.
what was your home life like? We talk a lot about ours, but you hardly ever mention home.
Well, my home, back very, very long time ago, uh, far, far in the desert. It, I mean, it was a nice home life. Total life is very different from most. I did not exactly have parents per se. I was more like many total children, raised by the guilds, a lot of artisans and merchants. That's how I got my fondness for smithing. So a lot of my life was just studious working for the young part of my life. I'm afraid to say I cannot relate exactly with what Caphriel and Olivius have gone through with the people around that they grew up with being unjust to them and using them for their own needs. My family, I guess I could call them that, people I grew up with were nothing like that. They always nurtured passions or any kind of creative intent.
Hmm.
So, Olivius, I'm sorry that that was the case for you, but I mean, look where you are now. You have friends around you, and I know you were ashamed of the one time you have harmed us with your spells, but look, we did not run away. In fact, we ran towards you, not away.
I can't say that I am not still worried every time I cast a spell. I may hurt you again, far worse. And I don't want that.
I've been dealing with a lot of that myself lately, too. I understand.
Have you ever been to Vados, Grandpa?
Out of character, is it the other continent?
That's a city.
Or okay, so it's a
Yeah,
city.
it's a city in the other continent, yeah.
Okay. Unfortunately, I have not. I've mostly just stayed within this continent, kind of making almost a route within this empire here. I've also not even been at least too much up to where Caphriel is from. Have strayed there every now and then, but I mostly stick to this country.
I think you'd like it. It's a very beautiful city. As much of bad memories I have of it. It's got a It has a fair amount of turtles. It has a fair amount of,
Oh,
well, every reptilian race.
I'd love to see it sometime.
I can't say I've seen too many turtles since I was back home, so that would be kind of nice. Although I fear I wouldn't be entirely comfortable by the sounds of it around your city.
What do you mean?
They just remind me of someone that I knew as well growing up. The kind
What
of
about it
people
reminds
that,
you of them?
Oh, just the same that he said about how some people in his family use others for what they can get. Well, any advantage they can have to making themselves the cream of the crop, as they say. It's a very uncomfortable feeling, so I do understand that, Olympius. Yeet yeet!
Yeet!
Good transition.
I think that's a good place for us to take a break. We'll come back and we'll see where this takes us. So we'll be back in about 10-ish minutes. So.
Woohoo!
should be back.
Cool, cool.
Cool.
So, I need somebody to roll me. Someone roll me a d12.
I did the last one, so if someone wants to take the next.
Shiakazi. 12.
Awesome, cool, cool. And Cal, could you roll me a d6, please?
It's a 5.
Cool.
So we die.
Yeah, I'm
Instantly.
worried.
Just thunderbolt.
I mean, last time we rolled a 12, we found a tower full of orcs and ogres.
Find
I'm sorry.
Melody's twin sister.
Harmony.
Tempo?
Harmony
Alex.
sounds better than Tempo. Tempo's her brother.
Oh my gosh.
All right, so today it's a pretty clear day.
This is the next day, or is this
Yep.
still super rainy day?
Nope, next day.
Okay, alright.
Next day. Clear. It's a little cold though. It's colder. It's actually colder than it was than it was yesterday.
Oh, I definitely do prestidigitation 3 times. I heat up everything.
Nice.
So yeah.
So,
You guys-
yeah.
I'm sorry, go on.
Do we have a map? I imagine we have a map.
Yeah,
But-
go on map.
Okay.
It's Grandpa's map, remember?
Oh, that's right. So how far away are we? Olympias is looking over the map to see how far we traveled, and how much more we need to go.
I would say you guys probably have about like a day and a half left to go.
This is our 7th day on the road, if I'm keeping track correctly.
Yep.
Okay,
Is
wonderful.
the 26th of Zerzisha. Well, it's been keeping track of that. Just
I'm very proud of you. I'm so proud that you're using my calendar.
Yep, I got the next month all queued up. I know they have 32 days in them. Here.
Mm-hmm.
Grandpa, do you by chance know anything about this town?
Hey Adam, do I know anything about this town? I would imagine I usually don't go this far south into this part because I usually keep closer to the center of the country.
I would say maybe you've come here once or twice. Maybe probably just to get like a couple sell like maybe some farming tools, like you have some extra stuff. You're like, I might as well hit up the farming town real quick.
Okay, so is there any kind of base things that I would know that kind of stick out to my memory?
They mostly deal in farming and livestock.
Okay.
Hence the name Wheatenham.
Yeah. So
Wheat and ham.
Yeah, it's a pretty small town. It doesn't even have like a big shopping center. Like maybe they have like a what we would consider a farmer's market every once in a while, but it's not like it's not like an everyday type of thing. It's like one of those things. It's like, oh, like we grew this specialty thing this go around, so we're gonna try to sell some stuff here as well as send it off.
Yes, I've been here a couple of times. It's just a smaller town. What I imagine, Cal told us about where he grew up, very similar. Livestock mostly. I came here and was able to sell quite a few horseshoes and some farming tools for the most part, but like I said, it's not too big of a trade town, so I merely passed by for a day or two.
And do you know if they, by chance, I don't know, have problems with cultists or anything along those lines?
I think the biggest problem I had heard of last I was here was a horse breaking a leg in the middle of harvest season, but that's really about as complicated as it gets there, I think.
Just sounds like home.
I'm just saying that every town I've been to thus far has had cultist problems.
You know, that is quite the record. Hopefully, 3 is not the magic number, and that spree stopped.
Hopefully.
But I mean, it's a small town. What could go wrong there?
Oh, do not say that.
Although, if you do recall, I hate to jinx it, but there were some folk from Wheaton that were taken by the cultists that came to Multhir, remember?
Damn it.
That is true.
The woman we saved, in fact, from the ritual circle in. Was this one in the?
I think that was the one down in the sewers.
Yeah, I think it was. Yeah, down in the sewers. She was the only one, unfortunately, that made it out alive. Of the 3, she was from.
Wait, I think it was her and her.
No, her husband.
No, her. Yeah,
oh yeah, that's right. Yeah, he
It
did.
was it was the husband's
Yeah.
father that was killed.
Yeah, that's it. Okay. Yeah, the woman and her husband, those two and her father were all from Wheaton. So, maybe not a cultist presence here per se, but they have been here.
This continent seems to have problems with that.
You know, for the amount that I have traveled on this continent, I have not run into much of this scale of issues when it comes to cultists. I thought this was pretty rare when we ran into it back in Colomar.
We should.
And then Multhir, and then.
In my entire
Well-
life, this is the only time in Yomhar we've ever had problems with cultists.
Hmm.
I've visited
Although
my
I-
cousins in their kingdoms, and well, not kingdoms, in their castles, and they have never had problems with cultists.
I wonder if it's a sickness, a spreading thing.
I mean,
It's
would
like
you?
a cold.
Are you positive you'd know about any problems with cultists if they were ever there?
Well, I mean, I don't really trust my cousin's parents, like my aunts and uncles, to really say that kind of thing because, you know, they're very proper, but hold on a second, because I need to download my list of names.
Family members?
Yes.
Gotta download my family.
Oh, is that how it's
Download
done
a
now?
family.
Why do we talk so much, Adam?
Because we're friends.
Eh. Oh wait,
How
I'm
dare
getting
you
close.
guys?
There it is.
Meanwhile, the
Found
person
it.
that's dealt with cultists before is just walking through the forest.
Yeah.
Resident cult expert.
Yeah.
What's the landscape
okay.
kind of like where we're at?
You're actually starting to get kind of more rocky terrain. Like it's still obviously like grass and hills, but there seems to be more like kind of juts of like bigger rocks and boulders kind of jutting out. Which makes sense based off of you guys are heading closer and closer towards a mountain range. Obviously, it's not like enough to be like mountainous, but it's definitely it starts making more sense the closer and closer you start getting.
Mm-hmm.
So, she's gonna say like, so Lazarus and Ariel, those are my aunt and uncle on my dad's side. Solomon is a piece of shit. He would not be able to keep his mouth shut about something like that. And on my mom's side, Ophelia and Adette are just cannot shut up. They're really young compared to me, so
That's
they don't
amazing.
know.
You know people further over than your parents? Know their family's family? That's interesting.
I mean, they're like my mom's like they're my mom's brother and my dad's sister. So
Just
yeah,
for
it's
me,
their
so I know
kids.
who's driving right now.
Oh, that'd probably be me. With
Right.
my extra warm setting of prestidigitation. Turned up to 3.
You know, now that I think about it, cultists are really kind of a label for any kind of extremist group trying to bring out some kind of like religious something, right?
Typically devils or demons.
From what we've seen, quite nefarious things, generally.
But couldn't somebody worshipping any god become a cult if they were fanatical enough and enacted enough violence?
I think
Don't ever see cults.
I don't think worshipping a god would be a cult, but I think if like worshipping a lesser deity than a god would constitute a cult.
I don't know. I feel like if they're sacrificing people or harming others in that manner, it would kind of count.
There are some gods that do like that sort of thing.
I think it's the intent behind the worship. It seems the cultists that we generally talk to, they are trying to kill to bring in more evil into the world. Any other kind of faction or religious person, be it however they act.
Well, but it's all a matter of perspective. Theoretically, if somebody was good and they thought that killing somebody that they seemed to be evil would be the right thing to bring more of their good into the world. It's just
everything is a matter of perspective. I guess
I'm just saying, now that I think about it, I think actually back home my town was a cult.
Grandpa, could you please roll me a perception check at disadvantage?
Except dragons. Dragons tend to just be evil.
Yeah, but they're like one person. They're a cult of one.
Yeah, not even. I got a 6.
Oof.
Got a 3, dropped a 4, naturally.
Man, that has been happening a lot lately.
Yeah, right? This is not our...
Destiny doesn't care about our advantage or disadvantage today.
Yeah, no.
Alright, so as you guys are having this conversation, debating the logistics of killing people.
Insert grandpa emoji.
Suddenly...
Do we hit Cal with the wagon?
Cultist?
You each run over Cal.
Suddenly our camera shifts to Cal Zarel.
Being under the wheels of a wagon.
Just like... Cal, you've been walking with what we have discussed in our DMs going on. It's clear today. Your mind goes to your symbol. And you look down, it's still a little tarnished from before. It seems to be slowly recovering, but still. As you walk in this craggy terrain, you see Wiedenham off in the distance, maybe no more than a day travel left. And you sit there and ponder and wonder, where has this taken you? Life is very different than it was now. Well, life is now very different than it was back when you were living in Windsor's Landing. Growing up, yes, you did know you wanted to become an adventurer. You know, the excitement of it all. But there was also a little bit of you that also believed that you would stay in Windsor's Landing for your whole life. Marry someone, possibly take up the family business, or maybe even start something else. You're never sure exactly, but there was that bit of you that always thought you could stay. Boy, is life different. Could you make me a perception check, please?
Hit by a car. Just, boy, is life different. Bam!
Oh, nice.
Nice. 22
He'll
total.
see the cart coming at least.
Yep.
And then
Dexterity
a hit
saving
by
throw.
starts going down a hill, running, and a giant black cart comes over the hill, and he has to keep running.
It's a hearse.
You hear coming from behind you footsteps in the grass.
Jesus.
As you quickly turn, you pull out your sword, and you lift your shield just in time as all of a sudden this axe comes down and collides right into your shield. You slide it off, and you look up, and it's this orc in your face. It
Oh!
looks like to be he's in like now. And you can go, you
Hello.
killed my brother.
What?
Wow, he's been playing the long game.
You killed my brother. Prepare to die.
He's looking for you. You will pay for what you've done to my brother.
No response.
I need you to roll me initiative.
Oh, shit.
So as he's rolling initiative, Grandpa, you having this conversation with everybody. I'm gonna make an attack roll. Give me a sec.
Oh no.
Oh, on our cart?
It's on something.
Ah! Kill
On our face.
That is
Oh yeah, I'm pretty sure that's gonna hit. All of a sudden, you turn to look forward, and all of a sudden you see Battle Axe come down, and it strikes. And it strikes old Dahlia.
You monster!
Dealing how much hit points does old Dahlia have?
she's a donkey.
How much does a donkey have? I don't have Oldalia's stats.
5e donkey stats. Wait, I can get him quick. I can get him quick.
Mule, there's right there.
Got
Mule
it.
has a grand total of I do maximum hit points.
11.
A maximum hit points. It's 2d8 plus 2, so that is
18
points of damage. All right.
How
So,
much did it take?
old-
11?
So Odalia isn't dead. She's taken 13 points of damage as all of a sudden this battle axe comes down and strikes, making a huge gash in her side. As you're boom, she collapses onto the ground. The horse you see gets up on one, and you see as this gigantic two-headed this giant two-headed being step out from behind this giant boulder that you were passing by. And I need all of you guys to roll initiative as well.
Grandpa stands up,
Holy shit.
spins the top of his staff, having the spear come out, and just says, "You fucking didn't." And then he turns the spear.
Oh
The
my.
cycle of violence, it continues.
These
Unfortunately, my
violent
dexterity's bad than
enemies
before.
have violent ends.
Oh, nice.
Is there a map for this? I'm assuming.
For you, there won't be because it's just one-on-one combat. For them, though,
How dare they strike my donkey?
How
How
dare
dare
they
they?
slap your ass?
Great.
Well, slap my ass and call me old Dahlia.
There's the-
oh frick! I just realized there's no grid on here. I'm gonna put that on.
Mine's still loading, so.
Same.
Samesies. Except for that big rock. That big rock's loaded.
Yeah, I see Big Rock and I see myself.
Yeah, I
I
saw those
mostly
things
just
and
see
then I
Grandpa.
zoomed out and I don't see him no more.
Here we go.
Oh my god, a giant rock.
Damn, I was really hoping there was a cliff near here or something.
Same.
Oh, there it goes.
Oh,
Mine
Loaded
is
for me.
still loading.
I like how we
I
just didn't
imagine-
notice the Etten in the middle of the road.
Well,
We've
said
got
he's
to
still
get rid of the rock.
Behind the rock.
A real big rock. Not just a rock, a boulder.
Not just
That's
a
a
boulder.
nice boulder.
It's a rock!
Oh, rock.
The pioneers used to ride these babies for miles.
Oh my gosh.
Am I the only one who's still loading the map?
My map loaded, but I can't find my token.
Yeah, give me a sec. Alright.
I tried dropping the token in, and that did not work.
I know, for some reason it doesn't like you guys doing that.
I was about to echo the drum beat too.
That's everybody, right? Nope.
And who does attack a donkey? Seriously.
Messed up, man.
An ass, clearly.
Shut up, you.
Why is Grandpa bigger than everybody else?
I think it's a
Yeah.
dick that attacks an ass.
Oh my.
Don't say anything that'll get Twitch on us banned. Please.
TOS.
Mark this stream in SFW.
I mean,
Fucking Etten. Oh, it's an
Alright,
Etten.
so-
we drop enough F-bombs.
Okay, so has everybody put in their stuff?
I'm gonna roll initiative. Bring up that combat tracker.
Aha, it loaded.
Hooray.
Alright, so everyone's ready?
Mm-hmm.
I believe so.
Top of the order! Mihi, you're up!
Question for you. If I'm using a racial spellcast thing, does that still mean that it's my only spell per the turn? That's not a cantrip?
I mean, it's still a spell.
Alright. Mihi, like, the smack is gonna happen, and everyone, like, gasps and freaks out, and Mihi's gonna scream, and when she screams, she, like, the air gets a little bit colder around her, and, like, a smooth shimmer of ice forms across every single inch of her skin. And I will use the Tiefling racial ability to cast Armor of Agathis.
Tieflings just get that as a racial ability?
As a
Depending on what
Levestus
subjects they are,
Tiefling,
depending on the
because
subject.
I'm an
Oh,
ice-based Tiefling, I get Armor of Agathis. So she'll be
That's
like,
fucking
"Eep!"
sweet.
and cast Armor of Agathis. And then as a bonus action, she'll quickly whip out her book and she'll use the Hexblade's Curse on Ed.
Alright, so you do that. As all of a sudden you watch as this ash out of nowhere comes, and so it's kind of like traveling around it, like very faintly, as if like the wind is carrying it in a circle around.
And the little eye that's on the front of Grim shows up as like a mark on his body somewhere.
Oh yeah, I forgot that's what you have.
Yeah.
My bad.
Okay, and that's my turn.
Alright, next is... Turn this volume down. What should I do next? And then... it is Olympius' turn.
Cool. I doubt that it works this way, but can I twin a spell to attack a different head?
Oh, that would be so cool.
That would be hilarious, but I'm gonna go with no on this.
I know.
Because it specifically says in there it has to be a different...
I know.
Yeah.
Still. Thought I'd ask. Alright, well then, I will fire off a Chaos Bolt at him.
Yep.
As I remember the day before saying, I don't like casting magic!
In that voice again.
When it went, I list off all the ways I can kill things with my magic. I don't like casting magic. Cast Chaos Bolt.
Cast.
The bastard attacked old Dahlia.
Also,
Nice.
keep in mind that we may be out of fireball range, but Melody probably isn't, and she's right next to you.
12.
12? That just hits. Jesus Christ, I turned it down.
Yeah.
Better?
Dang, that
Yep.
spell, or that
Like I said, I need to put this through an equalizer, so it's the same.
Bum, 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 bum.
Is that better?
Yeah.
For now.
For now, until it crescendos again.
Until it hits that sweet crescendo.
Dat crescendo, though. Not that crescendo,
Alright.
dat crescendo.
Damage. Ooh.
Whoa.
18 damage.
Damn, Chaos Bolt does a lot.
Nice.
really
And
good
that
what kind of-
is.
I was gonna say, what kind of damage is it?
I was just gonna say. Let me see what 8 and 5 are, or 8 and 6 are. It's thunder or poison. I'll do thunder.
All right.
So with a mighty Cthulhu.
Yeah. So as you release it, like you hear like you guys been hearing all day yesterday, as it goes as the air seems to like warp around it, just boom impacts you in the chest, and you go. As he steps back a couple times.
And nothing happens.
Nope, not. You got. Oh my god! But that was a low number though.
That's a very low number, but it doesn't matter.
It didn't matter. All right. So, in your turn.
Yep.
All right. With that, it is Melody's turn, and Melody is going to go like, I do not wish that this happens, and she like flies. She runs off. So 5, 10, 15,
That's fine.
20, 25.
You said
Oh, no, I'm sorry.
I
20,
really
that's
wanted
what
you
she
to
does.
say, I know, Papi.
So, yeah.
9!
I don't know what region I am from.
So yeah, that's her turn. She is not going to do anything other than cower. Echo, you're up.
Flame on.
Oh my god. Okay, Human Torch.
It's -4.
She's going right.
Alright,
She's a
flame
phantom.
on. I run up to this guy. And I'm going to swing at him with my scythe.
Cool.
22.
Yeah, that hits. All right, so you quickly hop out, like you quickly rush through and hop off of the front of the cart, land, take a couple steps, and then you swing your scythe, carving right into his leg, and he goes. "Dooh!" And so he tries to smack your scythe out of the way. You pull it out of the way. His arm goes through, and you see blood start to trickle out of his leg.
That chugged for me at the end, so I was like, oh, he's mid-shoom. 9 slashing and 1 fire damage.
All right. Yeah, it hurt. Like it hurt, and then also like the fire made it sting a tiny bit, but he's looking good still. All right, Cal, you're up. This orc is like breathing heavily, and like he looks pissed as he looks down at you.
I'm gonna take the dodge action
All right.
and
He's also proving his self-preservation instinct when no one's around to see it.
yeah, I'm gonna take the dodge action and what was his name? And I'll stay there.
All right. Well, funny enough, it is now his turn.
Oh.
And he goes, his name was Garok! And he goes to strike at you again.
Disadvantage, right? Because I took the.
Disadvantage, because, yeah, you took the dodge action. It's 22.
That hits.
Yeah.
Damn.
That is 6 points of damage. As you quickly, like, go to, like, move your shield out of the way, and it hits, slides off, and kind of nicks you in the leg a little bit.
I'll use my reaction to parry it and drop it down to half. So 3
Alright,
points of
so then you
slashing.
take 3.
And you said his
Alright.
you said his name was Garok?
Garok, yeah.
Garok.
And then he goes for a second strike. He goes.
Second strike. Ooh.
He goes. Goes to strike down at you again. Disadvantage because you're still taking the dodge action. That's a natural 1.
Fumble table?
No, I'm gonna have him see if
Aw.
I'm gonna have him make a dexterity saving throw.
Have him see if he can stab himself in the foot.
Yeah, it's enough for him not to completely fall prone, but he is only gonna get 1 attack action next round.
Okay.
All right, it is time for the Jim Jam dude. The
Jim Jam dude?
Jim Jam dude?
Jim Jam dude.
Is that his
I don't know
name,
what else
Jim
to
Jam?
call him.
Is
I mean, you
No,
guys-
the left
you guys
head's
know.
name is Jim. The right head's name is Jam.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh,
Jim and
alright.
Jam. It's the Jim Jam dude, exactly.
Last
so
name
you see-
dude.
You see as he he goes after he goes to swing, he looks up and you see him like in one hand he has a battle axe, in the other hand he goes and grips a morning star from his side and takes it out, and he's gonna go right at Capriel. First attack is going right at with the battle axe.
Oh boy.
Oh boy.
That is a 17 to hit.
That hits.
All right. That is a grand total of 14 points of damage.
Oh.
As the battle axe comes down, and as you come down, you try to dodge out of the way, and he like skins right down your arm. Not enough to obviously, kill you, but definitely, it feels like it knocks that first layer off of your skin.
And a layer of belts.
Ayo.
More importantly, a layer of belts.
So he goes to strike down, and then all of a sudden, the second arm comes around to try to knock you into the side with the Morning Star. That is also 17 to hit.
Ugh.
Ow.
Oh no.
That is... Yeah, that's 12 points of damage.
Oh my god.
Ouch.
As boom, it hits you, and it hits you in the back as you double over for a second as the movement keeps going, and you quickly get up real quick. The wind knocks completely out of you with these 2 hits.
I have 3 hit points right now.
Oh boy. I was gonna summon my spiritual weapon, but I think I need to do other things this turn.
Grandpa, you're up.
Okay. If I drag her out of his range, does it take an attack of opportunity on her?
Yep, she's leaving
Okay.
the range of threat.
Yeah. Alright, then I'm just going to move up to him, and then I'm going to cast Cure Wound at 2nd level on Capriel.
All right.
So, Cure Wound.
If only we
Just
had
up
another
the
tank
bonus
right here right now.
I'm a tanker at 20 AC. How do I cast something at 2nd level on Fantasy Grounds? Is there a way for that, or should I just roll another D8? I guess I'll just roll a second D8. So yeah. All right. So you'll heal 4. That's
Hey.
11 plus 7, so 18 points of health back to you.
Wow.
Well done.
And then I don't have anything I can do as a bonus action, unfortunately. So I'm just gonna hold up my shield and just wave my spear at the trying to get his attention.
All right, top of the order.
Watch
Mihi, you're
this
up.
be the moment that I surge and we all die.
Yeah.
Fireball.
No,
Cal comes
wow.
back.
1 to 2, and then fireball.
God.
I'm going to use my bonus action to cast Shadow Blade. So I'll read the story about the sword that steals people's souls, and I'll summon the Shadowy Blade from the book. And then I will move 25 feet to here. And then I'm going to channel my one-shot character, and I would like to take the help action.
Okay.
Cool.
So I'm going to kind of come in with the feint with the sword, and then pull back a little bit, and be like, now Caphriel, and give her advantage on her next attack.
Hell
Alright.
And that's my turn.
Cool. So with that, Oliphius, you're up.
Crap, all of you are standing in the way, so if I crit fail... Fine. I will use Tides of Magic, or Tides of Chaos, as I power up another Chaos Bolt and cast it at level 2.
At advantage, yeah?
Yep, at advantage.
Yes, give me the thing. Give it to me.
I think we're all we're out of range. Melody is not quite out of range of a fireball.
I don't really... Hey!
Oh,
That's
nice.
25.
Yeah,
That's
that
good.
hits.
That mattered too because you dropped a 6.
I know. Well, I think that would have still hit, wouldn't it? Because it's
I don't
12.
know.
Yeah, either way.
Yeah, that's true.
Alright. So, hit. Ew. Thankfully, I get another d6 to that. So, 12 damage.
12 points of damage. All right.
And that will be acid-based, not poison.
Yeah.
Sorry, my thought process died for a second there.
12 points of acid.
Yeah. Oh no, I realized that. I'm doing the calculation in my head. So that is alright. Cool. Alright, so all of a sudden, boom, the chaos bolt as it turns into like a blackish color. As all of a sudden it hits, you hear on the skin, starts pounding its chest, and like kind of like the morning starts kind of like nicking at like the other friends. Go, and they start yelling at each other.
I love it when you start talking in another language. It's wonderful.
I try.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, is that? We're done?
Dark indeed.
Oh, shut up. Melody is going to run some more. 5, 10,
Well, bye, Melody.
20. Like, yeah, she's basically screaming.
That's fair.
And then she gets captured by orcs.
Oh my god.
All right, next person. Caprell, you're up.
If
Then you have-
I don't move, can I drink a healing potion and attack?
It's a bonus
Drinking
action.
potion is a bonus action for me. So
Oh, okay. Alright. Seeing what this thing can do, How much do healing potions heal for again?
2d4 plus 2.
yep.
2d4 plus 2?
Yeah. So minimum 4, maximum 10.
And you, if you're super,
Okay, then yeah, I'm gonna use a healing potion.
All right, yep. So you quickly pop the thing, start chugging it down. So
I-
plus 2, so 7.
7, yeah. Okay, so I'm also going to attack the thingy.
And you have advantage because of Mihi's help action.
So, tell me again what the rules about reactions are.
So you get one reaction per round.
So once your turn comes back again, you would
Yeah.
if you used your reaction, say like on Keaton's turn, your next turn.
Yeah,
Okay.
exactly.
If the thing attacks me again, I'm gonna use my reaction. It's loud. It's super loud, by the way.
If I turn down any more, no one's gonna hear any of their music. So I'm just gonna skip this.
Okay, I couldn't hear like anything just then.
Because the volume was all the way down to 3.
It was just,
It's really that song. It gets like really loud at that one part.
Mm-hmm.
That one and Night Attack, Raphael.
So I'm gonna use my scythe.
You have advantage from
You have advantage as well.
Oh right, sorry. So that's
Yep.
the first one. And then the second one is 13.
I think
Hey,
that hits.
hits.
Yeah, it turned a miss into a hit. I'm
Yeah.
helping. Literally.
Nice,
Oh,
nice.
that's on this side.
Oh,
Nice.
That would have been fucking sick if you got max damage on
damn,
both.
18 damage.
18 points of damage.
18 damage.
She's only one off max damage. Like, that's real
Yeah.
good.
Yeah, exactly.
Damn.
Yeah, so as you start like spinning it with the fire, traveling around, you go to strike, and you cut right through, right where it's cutting through its pecs down to its belly into its leg. You put it down into the ground using all your might to do as much damage as possible. And you're and as you see the one with the axe go like this to kind of cover it, and the axe narrowly missing the other one, kind of chopping off some of its like some of the beard on his side. Like they keep arguing with each other while also trying to fight you guys off.
Aww. Poor guys.
Mm.
With that, Cal, you're up. He just put himself in a unique position for you.
So his axe is buried in the ground. I'm gonna drop my sword, step off the axe, and one leg is going to jump onto his back. The other one's going to shoot under his throat, and I'm gonna grab it and try and lock in a guillotine and grapple him and choke him unconscious. We'll see if this works or not.
Guillotine choke is deadly.
Advantage on my athletics check. Come on, baby. 24.
Ooh, 24.
24 versus his, which is you beat him.
Okay.
So you get on, you start grappling him, and you get off me.
For your information, it takes 6 to 12 seconds without oxygen for somebody to go unconscious. So.
Okay. Well, so what we're gonna do for this is we're gonna do we're gonna have him start taking damage like this. Obviously non-lethal.
Okay. Okay. I got you.
Just for funsies, we're gonna just to make it so it's quick and not like hey, you did 3 damage to his hit points every single round. Just roll me a D10, and that's how much he'll be taking per round.
5
Alright.
plus my strength modifier, or just the dice?
Nope, we're just the D10.
Okay, just the D10.
I mean, isn't there suffocation rules?
Yes, but that's like
There
plus your
are, but I
con
don't want to look them
modifier.
up right now.
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't
Okay.
want to look them up right now.
That'll end my turn.
All right, cool.
Just hanging on to him with the guillotine choke.
Yep. So with that, he's gonna use his turn to try to get you off of him.
Mhm.
So we're gonna do another contested thing.
Damn.
He got an 8 total. He rolled low. So it's like trying to grip you off, and just you got like the lock on just right. He's like, oh, I need to avenge him.
I'm not gonna say anything. I'm just gonna maintain my grip.
Don't say anything, but calmly explain to him how much time it will take for him without going unconscious.
While you guys are joking, if I put somebody in a hold like that, I would explain to them that they don't have very long.
Oh my god, like. I
So
thought you were.
is that something you said as Cal, or just like
No,
as you?
I was saying that for his information. But
Like for Adam's.
For
You
Adam.
didn't say that
I
to
just
him.
said it in my cow voice to not like.
Yeah, I know.
Oh, okay.
We were
So
saying
you
we
that
heard
you
it.
need it. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All
Just
right.
that series of events where you're like, what was your brother's name? And then you give him a fucking chokehold and you're like, for your information, it takes 6 to 10 seconds. Like, just very calmly, like a sociopath. Like,
It's either like a sociopath or like an anime shonen villain, because you gotta explain to the audience, why they're gonna pass out so quickly.
Jesus Christ.
That's beautiful.
All right. So
You have 6 to 10 seconds before the planet explodes.
Atten's turn. So, what he's gonna do is he is going to he's gonna look at Mihi and basically do it I'm assuming basically getting in the way and like being generally annoying to try to hit people as a help thing. So what he's gonna do is gonna look at you and he's gonna raise up his battle axe and boom, gonna swing it right at you, Mihi.
Oof.
Oh.
That is a 15 to hit.
I think that hits. Yeah, that hits.
Would imagine so.
I have an AC of 14.
Wow, that's even better than mine.
Adam, this is something I don't know. What level does the like racial
Second
ability
level.
cast itself at?
Second level.
Okay, so I actually have 10 temporary hit points.
All right, so yeah, with that, that's a good chunk of damage. That is 20 points of damage. As this battle axe comes swinging at you, impacts you right in the chest, but thanks to your armor of Agathist, that absorbs, a good chunk of it. So what it only does is kind of basically hit you and then knocks into you, kind of cutting a little bit, like right here, like above, like right underneath the clavicle, right? So boom, it hits you right there, kind of knocks you back like 3 or 4 steps as you start to bleed right there. However, your armor of Agathist does 10 damage back to him.
It does. But ow!
Yeah.
But
As all of a sudden the ice explodes and just starts riddling his body, like up his body, like. He looks back at you again, goes, and starts coming down with his morning star.
Wait, he gets 2 attacks?
yeah, he did that on Capriel.
Ah!
Yeah.
That's a 24 to hit
Oh.
Missed. Solid miss.
with a 15 points of damage.
Oh my god.
As the morning star comes down and you try to dodge out of the way, as one of the spikes clips you right in the horn and forces your head down like in an uncomfortable way.
Got blood all coming down my
Imagine
face.
taking, chip out of your horn.
Ah!
Oh
How
no!
rude! How fucking rude!
Not her aesthetic, you bitch.
All right.
Truly,
yeah.
the only serious injury to deal is the aesthetic.
Yeah. Oh, he's really hurt, by the way.
Yeah, so I'm going to. I think we can get him if I can hit with an attack. Because of my new fancy feat. I'm going to attack with my spear.
All right.
That is. Yeah, it's a 23 to hit.
Yeah, that hits.
So I'll deal max damage, 9 points of damage. Quite a lot, I know.
Nice.
So I sink my spear into him, and then using my bonus action, as I pull the spear out, I'm going to kind of like muscle into him with my shield and kind of like shield check him away from Mihi and Capriel. So from my side to his left
Good luck
to
with
push him
that.
5 feet.
Okay.
Attack of opportunity.
Take
Yeah,
If
for
it works, what do I have to do? He has to roll what kind of check?
let me check.
So I think it's a strength, but I'm not 100% certain. I've never.
No, it's no check. It says if you take the attack action on your turn, you can use the bonus action to. Well, it says to try to shove a creature within 5 feet of you with your shield.
Okay, which means it's a contested strength check.
Oh fuck.
That's why I
Oh,
spirit
no.
bombed. I raised my hands.
Yeah, I don't know what the because it doesn't say on there. So I guess are we doing?
Yeah, it's a contested strength.
Oh, good luck.
When it says to shove, I'm like, okay, yeah, I know what it is.
Share our energy with
Well-
Grandpa.
Did it assist or not?
Nope, I get a 10. There's
All
no
right,
way
I haven't rolled yet. We'll see.
Okay.
You gotta be shitting me.
No fucking way. What did he
You rolled a
get?
natural 2 with a +5 to make 7.
Oh god.
Yeah!
Old man strength
Oh my
prevails.
god. Oh. That's why you don't get his donkey.
Yeah, that you channel your rage into this
Man
fucking
strength.
thing that
Old man
hurts.
strength.
Oh, Dahlia, as you jump into it, all your might, boom, impacting its gut right out, like right where the solar plexus is, and you hear out of both mouths. As all of a sudden you shove him, he gets moved backwards, and because he moves 5 feet this way, that means you guys get attack of opportunities. Well, no, Mihi gets 1 because Capriel, he's still within the range of threat for Capriel.
Alright.
Because her range is 10 feet.
He damn 1 off a crit because I have Hexblade's Curse on him.
Yep, that hits.
Alright, this is gonna add 2. I accidentally rolled it wrong because I'm bad. Ugh. 22 points of damage.
How do you want to do this?
Yeah!
Okay, we're gonna make this really anime. So, like, she gets hit, you know, her, like, horn is chipped, like, blood is coming down on the not, like, burn side of her face. So, like, you know, red on this side from the burn, red on this side from the blood, and then Grandpa, like, sees it, gets really pissed off, shoves the spear in, and then does, like, a sort of, like, puts his shield on top of the spear and slides it up and smacks him away. And just as that happens, Mihi raises her head and just throws the blade horizontally, and it passes right through his neck and, like, passes through the other side, and there's, like, a boom of shadow energy, and he just falls back and gets the rock dead.
Ome wa shinderu.
Or that's like Yahatsugiri, you know, like the blade passes through, and then I say something cool, and then
Bankai!
And all of a sudden, like, he takes a couple steps backwards, and all of a sudden, like, the shadow goes through, and both of his heads at the same time. One goes backwards, one goes forwards, and he goes to his knees, and then. So that's the end of that one, but we're not done yet, ladies and gentlemen. So
Man,
now,
that thing was hitting hard.
Al, you're up. So I'm guessing you're gonna stick on it. Do another D10.
I'm gonna cast Command. I need a Wisdom
Ooh.
saving throw.
All right.
DC.
Cow casting spells?
I've cast Command before. 8 plus my proficiency modifier plus my 13. Wisdom
Charisma.
save of 13.
All right. That's a 19.
Okay. That'll I'll just hang on then. That's on my turn.
All right. All right. So his turn. Test of strength rolls. You're still on him. You're still on him as he like takes, and all of a sudden he jumps up and boom lands on top of you as your breath escapes out of your mouth, but you're still on tightly. As he starts rolling around.
So now we're on the ground, so I'm gonna twist my hips so the only way he can go is into the side that the arm is on. And I'll do another D10 points of damage.
Okay.
Nice.
6
all right.
6 points of damage.
All right. And you say nothing still?
Nothing. I'm just really focused, gritting my teeth on this choke.
All right, it's his turn. Contest his strength.
15.
8. Nope.
Nice.
Still on.
Nice.
He starts rolling around like literally you guys start tumbling on the ground. Like him on the bottom, you on the bottom, him on the bottom, you on the bottom, and you hear go.
Is his energy starting to sap?
A little bit, not terribly. He's not halfway through yet.
Alrighty.
Alright, here we go.
Same thing, just gonna sink it in tighter. It's only 2 points of damage. We could, if you want to speed this up, I can roll damage if he doesn't break it on his turn as well.
Okay, yeah, let's do that. Yep. Alright, his turn.
Oh, no.
Natural 1! Yeah, I guess a 19. Yeah. So all of a sudden, what he does is like
Pops out.
he gets up and then boom comes right back down on you. His head going right into your face, and for that split second, you lose tension for a little bit, and he rolls off of you, and pulls out his and grabs his axe off the floor and turns at you.
Okay. My turn.
Yep.
I'll tuck and roll for the sword, come up,
Mm-hmm.
and I'm gonna non-lethal, but I'm gonna jam the hilt of the sword right up between his legs.
Oh!
Ooh.
And
Ouch.
I'm gonna use my channel divinity to get advantage.
Okay.
I thought you were gonna smite him on that.
Non-lethal smite.
That's only a 14 versus AC. Or no, 16 versus AC.
It's more like non-lethally smite on a nut shot. That's not cool.
Yeah. No, it doesn't hit.
I rolled
So
a
as you
9
go
on
up to-
both.
Damn.
As you go to strike with the hilt, it hits. You hit. You hear bing as you hit like the codpiece on his armor.
The orc armor codpiece.
Went better in
And
my
he looks
head.
down at you.
That'll
Destroy! And he comes down with his axe.
Okay.
It is a 24.
That'll hit.
All right. That is 13 points of damage.
I will parry that to half it down to 6.
All right. So he comes down. You pull up your sword. Your sword. No, actually, you know what? Fuck yeah. So you quickly like pull out your sword and you pull it up and it slides off and goes kind of cuts into your arm a little bit. And yanks it off.
Oh, he has advantage from my channel divinity on his attacks.
Oh well, I'm just gonna. All right, I'll know that for this attack because he gets 2 attacks.
It would have hit
I'm the
anyway.
only one
And
that's
I know he
thinking
would have
of-
wanted to fix crit, but in fairness, he has advantage.
Am I the only one thinking of that this is like the intro to the first Warcraft game?
Mm-hmm.
Where it's just that knight and the orc fighting? Just saying.
Mm-hmm. There's a 23 to hit.
That'll hit.
Jesus.
All right. That one's not much though. That one's only like 7 damage.
Okay. My turn.
Yeah, he's just full of fury and rage at this point. He's frothing at the mouth as he screams out at every attack.
How's he looking?
He's still looking pretty decent.
Okay. Okay, I'm gonna pull back and swing at him with my longsword.
Yep.
It's only a 10.
Nope. That doesn't hit. As you go to swing, he kind of leans into one section and you go across his plate armor. Alright. His turn. He goes, "This is Volgarok!" And he goes to strike down at you again. No, that one's not gonna hit. That's only a 13.
Misses.
As he goes boom, like this, you quickly like pull up your shield, and glides right off. He goes up for another strike. That one's a 20 to hit though.
That'll hit.
All right. That is 9 damage. I'm guessing you're gonna parry again.
I will parry that, yeah. Down to 4.
Yep.
And as I parry the blade, I will flip the sword and try and stab him.
Okay.
Come on, baby. Bonus action for racial ability, bonus action, Searing Smite at 2nd level.
Okay.
It's a 10.
Boom, you go to strike, it hits him again, but it hits him right on his thing.
And that'll end my turn.
All right. His turn again. All right. As he raises up his axe and he looks down, and he goes like, "Don't you feel no remorse?" And he goes to strike at you. That is a 20 to hit.
It hits.
That is 8 points of damage.
Okay. I'll take that.
All right. And then he goes, boom, he goes and cuts you right there, and he goes, "You feel no sympathy!" Boom, as he goes to strike again.
Swing. Swing, bada, swing.
16.
16 misses.
Yep. Boom, he goes to strike you quickly. Dodge out of the way. He goes right in front of where your gut is.
Okay. I need to roll a concentration check to maintain Searing Smite.
So DC 10
DC
because
10. It's
because you
Constitution
passed
saving
that.
throw, correct?
Yep.
Come on. I
you're
maintain
good.
concentration on the spell. And I'm just gonna keep focusing on what I'm doing here. Come on. Dirty
That
20 to
hits.
hit. And first he takes 1 point of slashing damage. It looked like it was. And I'm gonna dump a Divine Smite into it.
All right.
That is 6 points of radiant damage, and then 2d6 for the Searing Smite is.
And he's on fire now.
5 points of fire damage, and he's on fire.
Yep. He takes 1d6 points of fire damage at the start of each of his turns.
That'll end my turn.
Yeah. All right. So also you get a good strike on. You get right into like the part because the plate mail doesn't quite fit him. It doesn't look like it was meant for an orcish body. As you get a strike right, and like as he's lifting up his axe, you get right in the area where his bare skin is. He goes, and all of a sudden, like he looks and you see his fire is licking out from the plate mail out into the open. He shakes it off, and then all of a sudden he like winds up real far. It's like, I'll kill you! He goes to strike at you. He gets.
I didn't know realize I could move the rock. My bad.
He goes
the rock
to strike, and I
swallows
look
us
over
all.
and the gigantic rock goes.
That was the true enemy.
Very slowly, just.
So means you can get advantage, but
He put out
What?
the fire?
no,
Okay.
he's going to strike at you.
Okay.
But he's doing a thing where he's gonna get advantage, but that means you're gonna get advantage on him too, because he's swinging wildly.
Reckless.
Recklessly, okay.
That's a 24 to hit.
Hits.
That is 12 points of damage.
I'll have that.
Okay. He goes, and then he goes to wind back up again as he tries to go for an upswing, and he goes, "He had a family back home." Okay, I've got hit advantage. Well, I'll roll twice. That was 24.
Jesus, he's doing a lot of 24s.
He rolled really low. That is only 5 points of damage.
Okay. Puts me down to 39. And he takes the d6 of fire damage.
Yep. So roll me d6.
5 points of fire
Nice.
damage.
All right. He's looking pretty hurt now.
I'll use a bonus action, take a potion.
All right.
2d4 plus 2.
Yep.
6.
6.
And then I will dump all 20 lay on hands into myself.
Okay.
Actually, no. I grab him on the shoulder. Or as he stabs me into the as he stabs his axe into me, I'm gonna grab his forearm and I'm gonna dump all 20 of my lay on hands into him. And yeah, I'm done with this.
So you pump 20 lay on hands into him, and you watch as all of a sudden all of this, all of his wounds start to heal. He starts breathing like normally again instead of like the constricted breathing that he was before, and like confusion hits him, and he like looks up at you, and he pulls out. And he goes, "What do you care now? What does this matter to you? You killed him without a second thought.
Oh, I had many thoughts when I killed him, just as you having many thoughts right now. It's not something I did lightly.
When Duragon came back, he said you slaughtered everyone. Without a second thought, he watched as you stabbed him and watched the eye life drain out of his eyes.
I? And how many had you slain before that? How many did Gorok slay before that?
Can you roll me a persuasion?
Yep. It's only an 11.
Fuck, that rock keeps moving and it makes me giggle every time I see it.
Facing a rock, guys. Giant bird comes in.
He goes, no! He goes to strike down, and like, as you kind of sit there just accepting this next strike, a strike doesn't happen. And you open your eyes as you see the axe implanted into the ground next to you. He was my brother. I loved him.
And they
Do you
had
have someone you love in that way?
I have two sisters, a brother, and an uncle.
Can you...
I'm being honest. I'm not trying to deceive him.
Okay. Oh, okay. I see what you're going for. Has any of them been hurt so badly it caused you to rage uncontrollably?
I wouldn't say uncontrollably. One of them, she was burnt badly by a beast of the hells, and I thought we'd lost her. This is only going to end with one of us killing the other. Gorok has a family back home. I don't know if you have a family back home. This violence only has a violent end, and they're going to need something. I lost my father too, I understand that.
He turns away and starts walking. He leaves his axe there.
What was your name?
He stops. He turns back to you, like, not completely, like, kind of half, like, look back that way. He goes, Durin. My name's Durin.
Give this to Gorok's family. And I'll pull out the 4 platinum pieces and give it to Duran. It's not.
So you throw it.
I give it. I know. I
Throw it
walk
when
up
he
and I
catches
put it in his hand.
Oh.
I
He kind
know
of like
that's
squeezes it. Like he's just like kind of like squeezing it, like not like out of like I'm not accepting this, kind of like out of a pain that he feels.
a life on the road is not the life that Gorok and you led is not a life for children. Look for Callie Zarel of Windsor's Landing in Multhir. She's going to build a farm and a ranch. She could probably use some help. Tell her that Salutora sent you.
And then he walks away.
And I'll leave the axe where it's at. But I'll continue on down the road.
Okay. All right.
So how much loot did we get for killing the Yetin?
Roll me a investigation.
Okay. Man, we slaughtered that thing!
And I'm gonna rush over to old Dahlia and pump a cure wounds into her.
I'll be back in a second.
So let me go ahead and roll that as well.
Ooh, a 21.
Nice.
And old Dahlia heals for 7. I'll do another one.
I'm gonna wipe the blood out of my
So
eye.
that's 13, so she should be full healed.
Okay.
I'll also do another cure wounds on Mihi at 2nd level, hopefully restoring her horn as well. We'll see.
Thanks.
Cure wound. Actually, you know what? What am I doing? I'm being dumb. I'm not going to spend 2 1st level cure wounds. I'm going to spend 1 2nd level prayer of healing. Where's my...
And when do I surge?
Now.
Ah,
Everyone's around
Suddenly,
you.
the boulder picks up
Surrounding
and
you.
drops on top of Olympia's.
As Melody walks up and
Okay,
goes,
everybody heals for 15.
"You are so strong.
How long does that take to cast?
10 minutes.
I am
Okay, so
very
the surge
impressed
goes
with
off
all of
first.
you."
Yeah, surge goes off first, but 54.
Right as Melody's complimenting.
Yeah,
That's
that one's the surge. And then the rock comes to life.
Hang on.
It's the fireball. We're
Hang
dead.
on.
No, it's not.
No, it's not. Fireball's 7 and 8.
Yeah, it's worse. It's meteor swarm.
There isn't that, but there is 3 creatures take 4d10 of lightning damage.
Did you
Just
actually roll
saying.
that?
How many
No.
Did you roll
creatures?
that?
No.
Oh, no.
Oh,
I
okay.
was gonna say.
I was like, oh,
I was like,
damn
Jesus.
it.
I'd be dead.
You would be dead. What's that?
So I am immune to being intoxicated by alcohol for 11 days.
How
Do you
about
know-
that?
do you-
Yeah.
Do you know
Oh
this?
my God,
Or
that's
yeah,
amazing.
we're gonna get those
Yes.
margaritas, and Olympius is just like, "What's going on?" I'm on my 15th margarita.
So Olympius, you so as Melody is walking up and complimenting you guys on being so strong, suddenly you feel the well of magic start to surge within you, and a feel of panic starts coming up as you look up, and you look in the eyes of this innocent person who looks with joy and happy, and then all of a sudden you feel as the energy kind of goes into your
Wells into
like,
my
your-
liver.
Yeah, so it's welling into like your lower belly area, and then the magic is gone.
Do I know that I'm immune to being intoxicated for 11
I would say
days?
probably not,
I didn't think so.
because it's more
I'm-
funny that way.
I'm writing down a note for special defenses. Immune to being drunk for 11 days.
Wow. You rolled 3
I was-
ones on that too.
I know. I was 1% off from. This one's totally useless, but your hair falls out and grows back within 24 hours.
What hair?
What if
Yeah,
his
I
little
know.
spines? What if his little spines fell out?
Oh
All right. So yeah, you roll? Yeah, you rolled a 21 on investigation, right?
no! Yes.
So you find in its big, big sack to carry on its side, You find half of a goat.
Hooray.
Gross.
Okay.
Which
You
half?
also-
Which half? We're talking about a
yeah.
horizontal half or
The back half.
Ugh.
And like it's not like perfectly in half. It looks like and like bitten it off.
This guy clearly had a thing for asses.
He did.
Okay,
you also find like 5 gold pieces.
5 gold pieces?
5 gold pieces, like 3 copper pieces.
Gosh.
Finders keepers.
But you also find what looks like to be
Enchanted
helm.
chainmail. Oh, hell.
No, you find a helm inside of it. It actually looks pretty polished.
If I find a magic item... Oh, that'd be wonderful. Can I roll a percentile to see if it's magic?
I mean, I know what it is.
I could just do detect magic or identify.
Alright. I would say detect magic before anything.
I mean, identify will get us the same answer, but with extra
Yeah.
information, whereas detect magic will just get us the same answer.
True.
Yeah. Yeah, once I finish my prayer of healing, which fully heals old Dahlia and everybody else gets 15 as well, healing.
Oh.
I will
Thank you.
I will do identify as everybody else is gonna try to get old Dahlia, back on her feet and calm down again and stuff, which probably will take about 10 minutes, so.
Are you doing it as a
Ritual?
ritual, or are you just casting it?
I'm just gonna cast it, it takes about a minute.
All right, so you so you touch it and you cast it, and all of a sudden your eyes glow, like as if like a fire, like a forge, is coming out of your like your irises and like all that stuff is gone. It's just like it looks like the fire of a forge in your eye, and you know this as I know what it is, but for some reason I can't find it in this fucking book. Oh, there it is, right there. You know this as a dread helm. What this does is the fearsome steel helm makes your eyes glow red while you wear it, and it does not require attunement.
Neat!
Well, by Maldween, we finally found a magical item, and on an end of all things.
Are you not counting all the magic daggers that we found?
Well,
Also, I totally forgot I stole a piece of the Etten soul when I killed it because of Hexblade's curse, and I regained 9, so I'm actually at 1 now.
oh, nice. And I'm going to look to Olympius, hold the helmet,
that part.
and I'll say, observe, and I'll put on the helm, eyes glowing red, take it off, eyes not glowing, put it on, eyes glowing red, take it off, eyes not glowing. That's
Eyes
about
go
it.
on, eyes go off.
Eyes go on?
It's kind of neat, but yeah, it's like my thaumaturgy, but permanent and only red.
Capriel, Mihi, would either of you like that? Seems more along your aesthetical lines rather than ours.
So
It
Olympius,
doesn't
you
have
say,
holes.
so as you keep digging through the pouch, as you say that, you feel one last thing at the very, very bottom.
Ew.
A sword that
pull it.
glows with darkness itself.
Yeah. And it's a short sword that glows only when orcs are nearby. No, I'm just kidding.
God damn it.
I could have used that.
Yeah, right.
We'll call it Bing.
You pull it out, and it looks like you know those dolls that like little girls back in the day would make. They're like sew and has like the tiny button eyes, and like it looks like the mouth is,
Raggedy
like,
Ann doll kind of thing.
kind of like that, but like
way
small.
creepier.
And looks
This
like
looks
it's
creepy.
Like,
I want it.
I want it too.
The hair is made out of like what looks like to be like broom straw, right? And it looks like it's been like putting two little pony two pigtails. So the pigtails don't like come down and like come like this. Obviously they kind of jut out a little bit, and they're kind of tied with what looks like to be a like a part of like thread, and it looks like it's in kind of like a brown dress.
I could use that in so many hexes.
Do we also want to grab the mace and axe?
Oh,
Something
yeah.
to sell?
They're probably
Really
too big to
good.
use. Yeah, they're too big to use.
Well, I mean, that's why we can sell them.
Yeah, I would say so if we can fit them on the cart. How big are they? DM, how big are they?
They're pretty big. I mean, they're big enough for a large-sized creature to kind of like heft them around.
I don't know if one horse can drag that.
Well, can't someone wield a category higher weapon? Like one category higher weapon?
Not that I'm aware of.
I thought there was a rule on oversized weapons. Anyways,
Nope. I mean, it's not preventing you from taking them. I'm not saying you can't.
Yeah.
I'm letting you know
I
that
say
they're big.
we should still take them. I mean, might as well.
Sure.
Leaving money on the table.
Yeah, we're gonna try to get them onto the cart.
How long does it take us to do as such?
Oh, I'd say with all of you working on it, probably not even 10 minutes. Maybe
Okay.
5.
Do you need me to take a look at that doll, or do you think it's just a doll? Also, who wants the helm? I mean, this is kind of neat.
I don't think it has room for the horns.
It's magical, I believe. It changes to the wearer. Is that correct, Adam? Even though you don't have to attune to it, or
Yeah.
Okay, so
It's
yeah,
fine.
I put it on myself. I put it on Oliphius. It makes room for his spines. Do you see?
Would it make room for my aesthetic, that being a hood?
I mean, you could put a hood over it.
Yeah, that's more what I'm worried about. I don't want to wear a helmet. But if it was like a circlet or like a tiara or something, that'd be cool.
The hell.
Can I? If I did my channel divinity to change something, would it lose its magical power?
I mean, it's a magic item. I don't know if you can change magic items like that.
I'd have to double check my.
What does the front face of it look like? Does it look?
Oh yeah, non-magical item. Yeah, you're right.
So what?
What does it
the
look
front
like?
face of it look creepy?
No, it just looks like a normal standard steel helm.
Lame.
I need higher AC, but my aesthetic is very important to me.
I'm just
I don't
letting
think
you
it gives
know
you
it does
AC.
not add anything AC.
Hey, Melody, come here for a second.
Yes?
This is a safeguard helmet that will protect you from people who look to do harm to you. You put it on, and then you look them directly in the eye, and you say a word in a language you think they don't know.
That sounds very peculiar. Can you roll me a deception check, please?
You know, that might actually work. If she's really a bard, she has a pretty high deception.
I mean, am I really deceiving her? I think it's a good countermeasure to bandits. It'll make her look scary. That's like, I'm not trying to lie. I'm just saying you could look scary by, putting it on.
She's a plus.
I got 5, by the way. So good luck losing the
Alright,
bet.
she rolled a 13.
It'll make you look a little intimidating. You're very cute, so I feel like people will try to take advantage. But this will make you look mighty.
The way you were saying before, it sounds like you were trying to tell me that it has a magical property to do that. But
Oh no, it does this, and I put it on. My eyes go red, take it off. Eyes go black or back to regular.
that is very, very creepy. Is that the
Yes,
word?
that's the idea.
Learned
it's
so
quite
I do
charming.
not know it quite completely. But it looks very creepy, I would say.
And I plop it on her head.
Oh, okay. Is it working?
It's like a German me.
Yes, you look.
What's if
You look quite intimidating. Spread your feathers for us. Your arms wide.
So she spreads her arms wide and
Oh yes, that is quite the effect.
Man, I'm gonna look up something just so I can think it's funny.
I want to teach her something in Infernal, like back mortal. Like, stay away mortal, I am more powerful than you imagine.
I am no.
Just teach her the phrase "Omewa
So,
Shimoshi."
oh my gosh, she like she spreads her wings and goes, "What is s'il vous plaît?"
Did she just speak
That's
French?
Good. That is very good.
No, she just said please, and
But
Yes,
s'il
that
vous
was-
plaît.
That was horrifying. That's good. That's very good.
That is horrifying. That is French.
She was speaking in Elvish.
You just said please. Like, no. You should try something more like, and I'll say like something horrifying and infernal. Like your soul will dissolve in the blackest pits of hell if you dare touch me. Sounds like that.
I do not know what you said, but that sounds very, not like something I would say.
Oh, believe me, the words followed that up too.
Well then,
The point is to be scary.
I will try my best next time someone tries to intimidate me.
That's all we can ask.
So for now, it makes me uncomfortable.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And she takes it off. So yeah, are you guys gonna cast Identify on the doll or no?
Yes.
I mean, sure, might as well.
When we're on the road again, I'll start casting Identify Ritual.
I'll
Alright,
take
after-
over on the reins then.
Alright, so after a while, Grandpa, you understand this to be what's called a talking doll. It does require attunement. However, while this stuffed doll is within 5 feet of whoever's attuned to it, you can. While the stuffed doll is within 5 feet of you, you can spend a short rest telling it to say up to 6 phrases, none of which can be more than 6 words long, and set a condition under which the doll speaks each phrase. You can also replace old phrases with new phrases. Whatever the condition, it must occur within 5 feet of the doll to make it speak. For example, whenever someone picks up the doll, it might say, "I want a piece of candy." The doll's phrases are lost when your attunement to the doll ends.
This is gonna be horrifying.
I want it. I would like that very much.
I
That
have a.
does- That does sound up your alley, Mihi, and I handed the doll.
Thank you.
The moment she
Go add a talking doll to your inventory.
the moment she hugs it, it says something in giant that we don't know, and it actually says something like, "I love you. You'll have a great day."
Your
Actually,
feelings are valid, and you are loved.
Actually, what does happen is when you hug it, you hear a woman's voice coming out of it, and you hear it say, "Good
So it
night.
wants to be giant?
I
Oh.
love you, my little princess."
Oh no. Oh. If I don't attune to it, can I try and figure out what all 6 phrases already programmed on it are?
I mean, you can.
Just hug it 6 times. And just keep hugging it.
Yeah.
That's the trigger, so...
It can have multiple triggers, I thought.
Okay, I thought there was
There's
one.
Yes.
multiple triggers.
Yeah, it's six different 6 words or less phrases.
I mean, yeah, if you don't attune to it, it doesn't reset, so...
I have a
I mean,
lot
yeah,
of
it doesn't.
different
It doesn't.
ideas for this.
It doesn't reset when you attune to it, but you can take time to change.
Okay. I'm gonna spend some time figuring out all the stuff because that was really sad and it's pulling on my heartstrings now.
Mhm.
It does what Mimikyu does to me, and it makes me want to be a mother to it because it's just too cute and adorable and sad.
Alright, well,
The talking doll is in your inventory now.
Yay! Thank you.
let's, we're about a day's travel, so let's get back on the road, I imagine. Right?
That sounds good. Old Dahlia, you doing okay, girl? I give her a pat. And she's fully healed. Prayer of healing got her back to full, so...
All right.
And I give her some care. Whatever rations we have for old Dahlia.
All right. So as you guys pile back into the cart and start going back with the yeet yeet. I'm pretty
when-
sure.
Yeet, yeet!
When we pass by the End's corpse, I cast Ray of Frost into it.
As you cast Ray of Frost, it hits it, and you see parts of it start to ice over.
I get the last hit.
Alright, and we're cutting it early, but I feel like that's a good place for us to end this.
Yeah, I think so.
Mm-hmm.
Good
All right.
stuff.
It just makes
So-
him feel good, damn it.
So I want to say thank you to everybody who stopped by and watched the show. And so next week on Tuesday, which is not Tuesday, on Friday, so for March 8th is when our next episode of Culture Build will be. And I have a couple ideas what we're going to hit. But it's going to be a surprise for you guys. So, see you guys on Friday.
I have one question before we leave.
Oh, yeah?
Are we making it to the town, or are we going to be continuing the journey?
Yeah, we'll just say that we'll hit the town if we get it next.
Okay. Awesome. Cool.
Cool.
Town 2, guys.
All right.
I'm going to go challenge the gym leader immediately.
Oh man, you should train a little bit more before that.
As long as you picked a
Go to
Grookey,
the
you'll probably
Pokemon
win.
Center.
I mean, I just healed my Pokemon out in the field.
All right. Bye, everyone.
See
Bye.
Thanks for starting to this